shit. Oh my god, that was so epic. I think that's it. There he is. You guys ready? Let's pull it. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Oh. Hey! And JB's on there! 600! 600! Yes! Yay! 600 mile time. That would be just. So here we are, back with the real supercharger. Okay, we are on the test track.
I'd recommend putting your head on the headrest.
Okay.
There he's ready.
Nope. Yep. Oh. Oh, there it goes. Oh. Oh, that never gets old either. We have the post-study production cars here.
Wait, what?
Yeah, oh yeah, you watch it.
But why is he gonna throw it?
I don't know, but we're gonna watch it.
Yeah.
He just used a sledgehammer. What?
Well, maybe that was a little too hard.
I'm Eric, otherwise known as Derek, here in Shanghai at Gigafactory 3.
Ballapalooza. It's like tricks.
3, 2, 1.
Will it wipe is the big question of the day.
Will it wipe?
Generic cornflakes.
Whoa! It's raining cornflakes! Oh. This is trippy. Look, there's nothing here.
Yes. Hello once again. It is Sunday, what is it, August 29th, 2021. And I'm David, this is Eric, and together we're Derek, and we are here to talk to you about all that's new in the world of Tesla, everything that's happened over the past week. And as one of the big news, as we mentioned last week, they were getting Model Ys delivered in Europe finally. And these are the Model Ys that have been produced in China, right?
Yes, they are. Sorry, I'm laughing because the first message I saw from Colorado Model Y said, "Any bets Eric's wearing a gray shirt?"
Hey, wow, good guess.
I was wearing a white one too, and I just put this one. God, crap. You win. Okay, sorry. That's why I was laughing. But yes, huge thing. The deliveries have started officially in Europe. I know last time we had mentioned that they were on their way. And maybe even had just arrived, but they have actually arrived and been delivered. So that's pretty awesome to see. And I really think that this quarter, I think the factory in Shanghai is going to kind of be a saving grace for the end of quarter numbers. Not saying that there's like anything super wrong going on in the US, but I know obviously the rollout of Plaid in long range S has been very, very slow, as we have seen. The Model 3 line, I believe, was down for a few days. And like stuff like that. So I really think that all these cars coming out of Shanghai is going to be really, really good for Tesla. So we'd love to see that. But on to some other Model Y related news. Tesla will be switching batteries for their standard range.
At least, yeah, we've heard that some people are actually getting calls here in the United States for some of these like made in China batteries, right? They're the same like like LFP format batteries that we've seen on some of the shorter range vehicles in China, and the ones are now being delivered to Europe, and they're actually now going to be delivering those to the United States. And I think one reason why is just these batteries are a lot cheaper.
Exactly. And here you can actually see someone had posted this before. We kind of had confirmation from people getting a call from Tesla. Someone said Fremont will start using LFP cells from China for standard range Model 3 and Y starting October 1st. And Model Y production in Texas and Berlin will start with 2170 cells instead of 4680s. Now, that is not confirmed.
Yeah,
however, the more you think about it, the more it makes sense. And this article hits on a lot of good things from Clean Technica. But basically, the only factory making those 4680s right now is the one on Cato Road. And I really wouldn't even call it a factory. It's more of like their R&D facility. And Elon even said in the most recent earnings call that they are having a lot of issues scaling it up. I know the one thing he talked about is like the rollers for, I believe it was the cathode and the anode.
I don't remember.
It was one of the two or maybe both. But basically the rollers is, they just scaled them up, but they're being dented by the material now. So there's a lot of things that need to be taken into consideration when you scale. And I don't think Cato Road facility has anywhere near the capacity to be able to supply these batteries. But also, even if they did just go on to full supplying, they would then have to stop their research and their R&D. And that's not the goal of that factory. It's much easier if they just start with the rollout with 2170s. We'll see 4680s, but I'm sure the first ones out are not going to be those 4680s. They're just going to be the 2170s.
What's interesting is the article that you referenced says they're not going to start delivering them until October. But I've read that several people have gotten calls from people at Tesla asking if they can take delivery of these new batteries in September. These new cars with these batteries. So it's interesting to see slight discrepancies. They might be getting here before October.
Exactly. And that tweet, I think, was just kind of a hint at what's to come. But if they're able to move that up and actually get them in sooner, by all means, all the better. But kind of speaking of, sorry, this is driving me crazy over here. Speaking of Model Ys and what battery they're going to be delivered with, we have a tweet, and actually I believe it was tweeted out by Model 3 Owners Club and a bunch of other people. This could be the first Model Y ever built in Texas. Behold. It looks just like any other Model Y, that is correct. But they said this photo was posted publicly. They won't link to it in case they weren't supposed to share. So I guess there's that. But a lot of people have done a lot of digging and figured out that they are like almost 100% sure this is Texas because there's like this green wall here that actually isn't in Fremont apparently back here. And like, I mean, just how like clean everything looks. And it's a little dusty there, but like everything is very, I don't know, it doesn't scream like it's been heavily used. But that would be really cool if this was one of the first ones ever built. Again, though, it's probably got those 2170s in it. I don't really see those 4680s.
Yeah, they're not going to do 4680 anytime soon, I don't think.
Exactly. And then, so this week we did post a video about the new phone update. So it is out for iOS, the Tesla app. It is not out for Android currently, but you can get it as an APK file. But you need to be careful with that. I'm not advocating doing that. I'm not saying don't do it. I'm just saying if you do it, be careful because those APKs aren't necessarily always the safest. It's an unknown source you're downloading a file from. But there's a lot of things going on with that app.
Yeah, a lot of new features. We talked about some of them in the video that we did last week, but just a quick summary of some of the release notes that Tesla said. That basically, it's going to have a refreshed vehicle and energy homepage, streamlined summon experience, enhanced phone key support, so the vehicle no longer needs to be selected. That's a great feature because if you have multiple cars that have phone as key, in the past you had to go swipe over to that vehicle in order to work. So if you had like a Model Y and a Model S Plaid that both had phone as key, or even Model 3, you had to swipe back and forth. Now, as long as you have the app, it will automatically open on any vehicle.
Yeah, definitely my most favorite feature is that one because it's always a pain in the butt. I know it's a total first-world problem, but to have to like scroll all the way to the left or all the way to the right if you wanted like one of your other cars, or we move our cars a lot when we're like doing filming and such, and it's always been a pain in the butt to have to like scroll, get in one, scroll, get in one. So that is actually probably my most favorite feature.
Yeah, also some other things from the release notes are the ability to send commands to the vehicle immediately upon opening the app, so you don't have to like wait for it to refresh and connect to the app and wake up the car. Also the ability to use go off grid to seamlessly disconnect your home from the grid with the Powerwalls, and that's something we started seeing in the web interface for Powerwalls a while back, but now it did just show up in the new app, but also we saw that just showed up on the old app as well. So it's something that they've enabled for older, people who are still on the 3.14 app. Also, they have the ability right from the app to shop the Tesla catalog and view and manage your orders, and to view your supercharging history and pay your outstanding supercharging balance. So that's something that's new, and that's, you could always do that via the website, but it's now nice that it's integrated into the app. Also, there's lots of changes to the solar and the Powerwall display. Some of them good, some of them not so good in our opinion, but hopefully they will be tweaking some of those in the future. One other thing from the that I saw Eric added a note is that there might be some referral program changes. Someone has spotted something in the latest release of the app. It sounds like that might be changing slightly, and we'll talk about that in a little bit. But first, we're going to go ahead and just talk a little bit more about the app, I guess. And we just did some screenshots to compare it. And so here's this first screen is just showing how you can switch products. So basically, if you have multiple vehicles, you can pull it up, and in the old one on the left, you can see how you could see the vehicles, swipe them, you'd have to click on like settings and you could see all your vehicles to change a product, and then you could see them. And as we mentioned in the video, there's some information there, like if it's asleep or active or whatever. Not that useful information, but now in the new version on the right, you can see your vehicles and you can see their current state of charge. And you can swipe that to the left or right to see other products from Tesla you have. As we mentioned in the video earlier last week, we didn't really like how any pending orders are also showing in that list. So you have to, if you're on one of your vehicles, you have to swipe past it to get to like your solar or your gateway. So a little bit of inconvenience there if you have multiple Tesla products, but hopefully they'll have the ability to customize that to like maybe resort them or move it, because there's really no reasoning for what the sort order is, because they're not by VIN, they're not by alphabetical, they're not by age, they're not by model, so it doesn't really make sense how these vehicles are sorted. So
it makes zero sense.
It would be nice if they would let the user sort them as they wanted. So after that screen, the comparison here of like a vehicle screen. So in this case, we pulled up the Model S Plaid on both the old app and the new one. And you'll notice the aspect ratio, these windows aren't the same size, just because on the one on the left, I was running that on my Samsung Galaxy phone. The one on the right is on a tablet. So just different aspect ratios, and that's why the one on the right is wider. That's nothing related to the app itself on the same device. So anyhow, it's a nice, slicker view, and when you pull this up, you can see most of the options are the same. Some of them have changed order slightly. Some of the options have disappeared or moved around. And if you go to like the next screen, so click on controls, you can see in the past it was, all these different buttons you can click on. On the right, when you click on controls on the new vehicle, it animates the vehicle, just like when you're in the car and you get in and like put it into drive or put it into park. So it's nice and slick there. But we did notice that there's some differences in some of the vehicles show a vent option and some of them don't, even though like the model, I don't think you have, like this is on the Plaid and it shows a vent option, but it doesn't, the Model Y that we have on the Model S don't. And I know the Model S does have like venting of the sunroof, which is still available, but there's no reason why the Model Y shouldn't have that vent option. So it looks like there's still some bugs here and there. And we've even seen that on the same car, on like the iPhone version has different options than what you see on the same car on the Android version. So I think just a few minor little bugs there, but not bugs. There's just some things that are not consistent. So, and as we mentioned too, they moved some of those settings there from the old screen, such as the Sentry mode and speed limit mode and valet mode. Those are now on a new security tab on the new app. And here's just an example of the old climate screen, which many of you probably have if you have Teslas. And if you go and turn it on, you can see it just kind of shows the little blue arrows indicating whether the heat is on or the air conditioner. And if you go to the new one in version 4, you can see that it shows the car. And well, we did notice though that this is showing our Plaid, that's showing a wood interior instead of carbon fiber. So small bug there. But you can
Does
see,
anyone have carbon fiber showing up in their app?
yeah, I haven't heard of that yet. But you can see it's a nice little animation when it shows that the air conditioning or heat has been turned on. So a little slick little touch there. But one thing we did notice, I didn't put a screenshot in, but when we do look at the climate in our Model Y, it actually shows the white interior. So they did get that correct on that vehicle, but we're not seeing the correct interiors on the other vehicles because we're not seeing like the carbon fiber. And hopefully that's something they'll, fix. It's not major, but it'd be nice if it was consistent, I guess.
And that's one thing
accurate.
I actually tweeted about that. And some people said on their 2020 Model 3 it's wrong, but on like their 2019 it's right. So I don't know what's going on.
I know somebody said that like
there.
for some reason like a lot of vehicles have like the black interior is set as a default even though they don't have the black interior. So that might take, it's probably more hassle than it's worth for Tesla to correct those vehicles if that's the case.
Yeah.
But again, why don't they allow a little setting option in the app so that you can go and change that interior yourself? It would be nice, or change the look of the avatar. The next screen is charging, and you can see that on the old app they actually had a separate screen where you could see it. And you could also see a list of nearby superchargers and destination chargers. On the new app, it doesn't have a separate screen. You just touch the little lightning bolt icon and it will slide down this little battery slider where you can choose the charge level of your car. One thing I noticed that I kind of thought was missing is they made the charging screen a little bit simpler and they got rid of volts. It was always nice to see how many volts your house was charging or your car was charging out, whether it's 240, 230. It's because we had, like we mentioned last year, we had some bad power issues, and when we would charge, we could see sometimes our power was dropping down to 220 volts, and volts combined with, or times multiplied by amps will give you your kilowatts, and sometimes we'd see our kilowatts would be low, and without knowing the voltage, it's hard to troubleshoot and see what that issue is. You'd have to, I guess, take the kilowatts, divide it by the amps that it's currently showing, but it's just something that they're getting rid of information, and I think they're trying to make it simpler, but they're causing, we're losing information that's valuable to some users. And just as we mentioned before, they have taken away the nearby charging from the charging apps. But so here's how it was displayed previously. You can see the 4 closest superchargers. They removed that, and now the newer superchargers are actually located on the location tab. So if you click on location, you'll see where your car. If you zoom out on the map, you'll be able to see the closest superchargers, and you can click on those, and you'll be able to click on those and see how many stalls there are and if they're available or not.
Keep going.
I can't see because you're...
Oh, sorry. It's the upgrades.
So the upgrade screen is something that has been around in multiple, in the previous versions, but in the past it just had text, and the new one they have pictures just to make it a little flashier, I guess, but it's the same information on the two. But one thing they have added in the next picture you'll see is that it shows accessories, and now you can actually go directly click on that. And this shows up for some people. I heard some people aren't actually seeing the accessories section, so we haven't figured out why yet. But
I know I do have a credit card linked in the account.
But I've even heard that 2 people on the same account, like husband and wife, one of them has it on their device, one of them, which is a Samsung device, one of them has a different Samsung device, and they don't have the accessories setting. So something's missing there. But if you click on the accessories, then you can actually go and shop to buy accessories directly from the Tesla shop. And something that, again, maybe not that necessary, because people probably don't just on a whim decide to go and buy, a set of floor mats from their phone app for their Tesla, but at least the functionality is there, and it probably just uses some of the same APIs that are used on the website.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't see it. So then the next screen is showing if you happen to have like a Tesla gateway or their power walls. If you would go, you would initially see a screen showing the power wall and it would have the state of charge. And when you choose power flow option, you would see this graph is shown on the left, and it would basically show you where the energy is coming from and exactly where it's going. On the new one, they kind of combine that into one screen, and they show a representation of like a house and solar and power walls if you have them, and it shows the energy, but it's kind of a pretty picture. But again, it's kind of not so great because the numbers to me were a little bit. You had to look around a little more. I guess since we've been using the other app for 3 years, this one was a little confusing. Probably will get used to it. And a couple little weird things though is the power wall has the lights are actually on the right side of the power wall, but here you'll see it on the left. But they don't actually show the state of charge anyways, and that's an old nitpick. But it's okay there. The animation's okay, but as you can see, they didn't really size the graphic properly to fit on wider screen tablets and stuff. They could have made the. I can see that it's centered based upon the power wall and solar and all that, but they don't have. They could have put something more to the right of the house, I guess. Because on one of the other times I've seen there's more windows to the left of the house. So just depending on the device you're using, there's some empty space or there's more of the house picture. So I think they could have done better on the responsive design part of that. Next screen, this is just an example what we really liked about the old graph and how you could see everything on one graph. You could see how much solar you generated, how much power the house used, what power came from the grid, what went back to the grid, when the power walls were being charged, and when it went, everything on one screen. And then if you go to the next screen, you'll see that you can see that now in the new app, you can't stack the graphs anymore. So you actually have these 4 different graphs. This is not one graph. You have to toggle between those little icons up at the top in order to see like solar or the grid usage or household or power wall. So there's some more data on there, but some of it's not that useful. Or like some of the values listed down below, like I don't know. I'm liking the old graphs better. There is some additional data here, such as the state of charge of the power walls. But again, I wish we still had the option to stack the graphs because you could see a lot more. And an example of that is if you go to like the monthly graph, where you can see how we've shown you this graph for a long time whenever we've been doing our solar updates on our videos. Here's a monthly graph, and you can instantly see how much solar we generated every day and how much household usage we had every day. And you can see so far for the months of August, we only had one day where we actually used more power than what we generated. Very easy to see that. You can instantly see that, how much we sent back to the grid, everything right in one graph. But if you go now to, also we have all the numbers, all summarized, nice and clean, easy to see. If you go to the new ones, there's no way to see what days, did you easily like produce more solar than what we used it, because it's just not there. There's more information on these showing like throughout the day where your solar or where your energy, like the first graph shows your household usage, and it shows, well, some of it came from solar, some of it came from Powerwall, some of it from the grid. So there's some information here that's new, but we're missing a lot of the old data that we used to be able to see. And again, here's an example of an annual graph that we've shown you a lot in our live streams. And you can see how since March, we've exceeded, our production of solar energy has exceeded our household consumption. Very easy to instantly see that. And you can very easily see how much, power we've sent back to the grid versus how much we've taken from the grid. And again, annual summary looks like we've actually just hit 20 megawatts so far for the year. So definitely, and we're only, what is that number above it? 15,000 so that we've actually used. So we have a surplus of, over 4,500 or about 4,500 there. But again, if you go to the new graphs, here's like an example of the annual ones. Show me, how do you figure out which months, you had more solar than what you used? It's the information is not there.
It's definitely not as...
Yeah. And this is just a quick summary, I guess. Just we would like it if there was a way to jump. Okay, I'll go out of order, but a date picker was one of our big complaints. Is that neither version of the app has a date picker. So if you want to go back and look at old solar data, you have to go day by day by day instead of being able to just choose the month and date that you want to jump to. And it's sometimes really useful to be able to jump back if you're troubleshooting an issue. But also, there's no way to download that intraday data. You can download it one day at a time. But say you want all that detailed data for an entire month. There's no way to get it. And also, we notice on the new graphs, there's very few scale lines, so it's really hard. You'll see like the low number, which is 0, and then the top number, which might be 20, but there's nothing in between showing. It's really hard to, with the lack of scale numbers, to figure out exactly what's going on.
And thank you for coming to our TED Talk about the new Tesla app.
Yeah. So again, that's just something to talk about.
That was a much better explanation, because when we did the video, fun fact, we actually filmed a 45-minute video originally, And then as soon as we got done, we realized our screen record on our devices only was like 1 minute and like 5 minutes or something.
Yeah, so one of them we found out had a max limit of 5 minutes, and we didn't notice that. And
Yeah.
we weren't going to go back and record it for another 45 minutes, so we just did a quick minute. But
Yeah.
here's just a quick summary, but hopefully that gives you a good sneak peek at the new app. And again, it should be available for iOS right now, at least for the iPhone. And again, if you want to get it for Android, you can get it from like apkmirror.com. You'll need the APK Mirror installer, but once you do that, download it, you can get it installed. But again, we've only installed on this one tablet just because I didn't really like the updates graphs. The car changes are all great, no complaints, I don't think, except for having to scroll past the orders of cars we don't have in our possession yet.
Yeah.
But other than that, I still like the old app overall better.
And it actually, someone in chat said that they got it on their Android device. So
it
maybe
is
it's
rolling
starting
out
to
now,
roll
finally?
out. I just checked mine. I don't have it.
Yeah, I haven't seen it in the App
I do
Store
have
yet.
it on my iPad, but I saw some people talking about the widgets. I haven't played with the widgets on the iPad. I don't know if I'm very iPad stupid. I'm not native to Apple or iOS, so I don't know how to even get widgets. Wow, that's kind of scary to say. But anyway, here we are. Real quick, though, because we missed a super chat from Pierre.
Oh, Pierre.
$2. Thank you so much for that, Pierre.
It was in the middle
He
of
said,
the...
I do love the iOS widget for this app. So maybe I'll have to play around with the iPad and see if I can get that. But it would be kind of funny to carry around the iPad to, like, use the cars. Just like, do-do-do-do-do.
No, that'd be big. Don't think it would fit in your pocket, but you could do it.
Yeah. But thank you so much for that super chat, Pierre. I really do appreciate that. But yeah, it's going to be kind of a bummer doing our solar updates now because...
Just the data isn't as easy to get.
Exactly.
I mean, it was all available in like a couple quick screenshots. Now it's like on 4 or 5 different screens. And it's like, I think what I'm going to have to do is just take the data, if I can find it, and then put it into a spreadsheet like we've done on some in the past and start doing our own graphs because it's just not available. It's not easy to see the data anymore like we were showing in the past.
Yeah.
And there are a couple other graphs too on the offset to show like our annual solar offset and stuff like that. And there is a new graph there as well showing like time of use, what's in peak and part peak. But I've also noticed one thing we didn't mention is that they got rid of the balanced mode for time-based control, and that's what we have used for the past 3 years. And already I've seen our power walls doing weird stuff. Like when we tried charging the cars yesterday, typically we would top off maybe in the middle of the day and use solar, and that would happen because we know our power walls wouldn't kick until peak at the later part of the night. But yesterday I did it like we've always done for the past 3 years, and then I checked an hour later and found out that since time-based control balance mode has gone away, they only have cost saving. So basically, it instantly started drawing all that power from our power walls, and the power walls drained to like 60% without me knowing in the middle of the day. And that's just because by having this, there's nothing that was changed directly on the power walls, but by installing the app on this device, it changed the settings. And then if I go back to their device, I can change it back to balance. But whenever I open up the device or the app on the new device with the new version, it messes up the settings. And so again, our power wall's doing all kinds of weird stuff. So you might see some weird behavior if you're running multiple versions of the app.
Definitely. Real quick, Peak Time Racing said, just took delivery of my 2021 Model 3 today. Thanks for your help, guys. Awesome. Congratulations. Diego said it's time for an iPhone, Eric. I will rock an iPhone when Apple sends me one for free. I'll review it. Eric's iPhone review.
Do you remember that one video when you like set one on fire or something like that?
Oh yeah, Dan at What's Inside and I torched one with our flamethrower.
Yeah, not a flamethrower, yeah.
That was kind of fun though. That made me feel good as an Android user. But yeah, that's basically all the news. So we're gonna have to kind of see how the solar updates go. We want to try to present similar data to what we have been because that's been allowing us to kind of keep track of it, see where we're at. And it's not as easily done with the app in its current state. Yeah. Maybe Tesla will just add some other views to it. That would be nice too.
Yeah, they could easily add an option so you could overlay it or show the old graphs as before. They could add a fifth little tab there or something. But it's not gonna, it still works. It's just we're missing a lot of the information we used to be able to get really easily.
Yeah. But yeah, so that's basically it for the news. So if anyone has anything you guys want to chat about, feel free to throw it in chat and we can go ahead and talk about what you guys have any questions on or anything
some
like
Tesla
that.
guy says for the widgets, it's the same as along Android. You just say long press anywhere on the screen, and then, well, it's slightly different. On Android, you just say like widgets, but on iOS, it sounds like you push the plus icon on the top left. So yeah, very easy to add widgets if they exist. They still don't have any widgets though for the Android app, but there is a way though you can do some functionality. You mentioned that if you have that little notification, there's option to do like 3 different things for like, which cars can you do that for? Or what can you do those 3 functions, or like to open the frunk or something like that?
Let me look real quick actually.
Because it's not a widget, it's more of a notification action where you can have 3 different things you can do on Android.
Let me look real quick. Hold on, stand by. Okay. So if I like pull down on it, wait.
Do you have to be on the right
no,
car?
it's not working.
Of course not. But
anyway, it opened like unlock and some stuff like that.
Yeah, and the front and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Oh well. Somebody said Luke just mentioned that you can download your supercharging history. Is this new? It's definitely new in the app. They have had it available at least for a few months on the website because they keep tweaking the supercharging settings on the website. They used to just have a few settings, and then a few months back they made it so you can go back in time and download like kind of like invoices per month for every month that you've had supercharging on your car. So it's neat, I guess, if they can now do that directly in the app.
Yep. Let's see.
Hey, did you see Dan?
I'm waiting for the. There we go. Let's see if it reads it out.
Can you speed that up because it's really slow? Stay with Android. Dan.
Thank you so much, Dan. I really appreciate it. Super chat. I don't have any plans to go from Android, and to be honest, the only reason I have the iPad is for my
V-Box.
Like V-Box, so when I go to like the track or anything, I can record like 0 to 60 times, or I can record lap times. That's really the only reason why I have the iPad, because it was better than getting an iPhone at the time. But I've been really happy with Android, so hopefully the Android app just comes out soon and we'll all be good. But I will check that email real quick. Thank you so much again for a $20 super chat. Claps in chat for that. Do you want to answer some questions while I check out the email?
Okay, sure. Yeah, I'm gonna just jump to the one I saw. We can go back and get some other ones, but I saw Frank Ridley said, "Did you find any mechanisms behind the 17-inch Model S refresh screen that will allow it to rotate in the future?" Well, we haven't taken everything apart yet, just because it looks like it's really a lot of steps to get in there. We have heard from various other people. Some people have said that the mechanism that the screen attaches to is in there, but the motors aren't necessarily in there. So it does sound like it might be a function that has kind of left on the drawing room floor and didn't make it, but we haven't confirmed that yet with our vehicle.
I have tried getting some of the trim pieces off. I'm not gonna lie, I was starting to film that video today. We'll be straight up with you guys. We love you. And it appears the trim pieces, they have redone them completely different than any other Model S, X3, Y, any other previous cars. It is very different now. And so basically what it's going to boil down to is I am just going to have to probably tonight buy like an hour or 2 of their service manual online thing and just try seeing what I can do to get that stuff off.
Or I'd say if anybody else has already subscribed, let us know. And they might already have the service manual.
That too. But
hit us up.
Yeah, and so we'll see how that goes. But I don't want to break anything, and I looked at the parts catalog so I can kind of see how stuff's put together. And like that lower dash trim piece is actually behind the screen. So you need to remove the screen to replace the trim piece. I don't know how I feel about all that, but we'll see. I am actively trying to figure out how to do that safely because we do not want to damage the brand new Plaid. Definitely not what we want to do.
Speaking of damage, did you want to mention what you discovered, what was it, Thursday? With your tire?
I had a nail in my tire.
Already. That's what happens.
Yeah, and then let's see.
Luckily it got repaired.
Pierre, thank you for another $2 super chat. Really appreciate that. Said sent you a tweet, couldn't fit it. Oh, okay. Let me look that up real quick. Oh, and also, real quick, thank you, Pierre, for the super chat. Dan, I will have to try that. It sounds delicious. And thank you. Super happy that you are enjoying it. Let's see. Do you want to answer another question while I check out Pierre's message?
Yes, let's see. Somebody asked about if we've seen Wham Bam Tesla Cam. Yes, we have. They got some Tesla videos. And speaking of like dash cam videos, we had an incident Saturday where we were on the highway and we were almost sideswiped. So hopefully we need to go and download the video for that. But it was the closest I've ever been, I think, to an accident in a Tesla. So that was quite startling. And the person, is ironic, is the person who, I don't remember what vehicle they had, but they were from Georgia, I remember that. But they had like blind spot detection, and you could see on the rearview mirror that it was lit up, and they still just came right into our lane and almost took us out. But luckily, Eric took control, and it looks like both drivers avoided the incident.
I did find though, more confetti. I did find though, if you cover
oh yes, he learned. Yeah.
the entire right side of the yoke.
Yeah, for all the buttons.
If you just keep it covered, it'll keep honking, because I probably honked for what, 10 seconds?
At least, yes.
I was really pissed at this person because they literally almost sideswiped a brand new car.
Yes, and again, they had blind spot detection, so there's no reason they should have been pulling into our lane.
We could see the blind spot detection. It was completely stupid. Real quick, Pierre.
That was Mando.
No, I was.
Oh, okay.
I'll get to you, Mando, in just a second.
Okay.
I got Pierre's message. I don't know if he wants me to read it. Actually, just write in chat if I'm okay to read this. You don't have to super chat it. I just don't want to share it if you don't want it shared. Anyway, though, Mando, thank you for the $5 super chat. Really appreciate it. Said, I'm bummed, guys. It seems my estimated delivery of my Model Y got pushed from 11/16 to 12/16 until January. Is there a shirt David would recommend for due date?
I don't.
A shirt?
I don't know. I know that.
Is it a Model Y Performance or all-wheel drive? I mean, I wouldn't do Plaid because that was for the Plaid day.
Unless they're talking about. Oh, that's what he's talking about, because we wore the Plaid kilts and stuff.
That's how I took it.
I don't know. That's getting to be the Christmas sweater season, so I don't know.
Oh, yeah.
But
maybe,
for Model Y, I
maybe
don't know.
find like an ugly Tesla Christmas sweater or something.
Yeah, that would be
That would be good.
my suggestion.
Yeah,
there,
that's a good one. I like that one.
Sorry, I don't know. I'm a little stumped on that.
That's a good one. Thank you so much for the super chat, though.
But speaking of estimated delivery dates, we do still have a couple on order. Both of them are scheduled for the fourth quarter, though, so we're not expecting anything next month, unfortunately. But you never know. Tesla might give us a call and say, hey, we were able to start producing some white interiors, and here's your Model S. So we'll definitely let you know if we get that Model S next month, but looking more like fourth quarter.
Yeah. John, your notification hasn't popped up here. It will in a minute. But anyway, thank you so much for the $5 super chat. It said, did you put Kyle in launch mode? Update on the heat pump. Really good air conditioning and heat now. Glad that got fixed first and foremost. Hopefully it stays good. But once they fix those sensors out, I haven't heard of anyone having any other issues. As far as Kyle, I got super busy this weekend. We've been kind of going nonstop. And I also worked this weekend. So I have not had a chance to meet up with him yet. Hopefully soon. Yeah. Hopefully soon. Sorry, I was trying to think of what's going on this week, and there's just a lot going on this week, too. Okay, Pierre said I can read his super chat. So, sent me a message, and he said, received a call from my delivery center and was advised that they had a delivery refusal. For those of you that don't know, he has a long-range Model S on order. And they wanted to know if I would be willing to take it. It would change my white seats to white. I think he meant black. And 19-inch rims to 21. I said yes until they told me it would be a $12,500 increase.
Yeah. Oh, of course.
They're like, surprise, you owe us $12,000 more.
That's crazy. You have a car in order, and you're trying to do them a favor by taking delivery of a refused car. And they're like, oh, but it will go up in price by 12. No, that's crazy.
Cray. Yeah. I agree. Oh, more confetti. Sorry. I think he said... Well, based on that, I don't think he did it. I would not pay $12,500 more for a car that wasn't like my spec or anything. And that's just crazy. And
that's something, I don't think it was last week. I don't think it was before then, but people started noticing that on Tesla's inventories on their website, they're now listing Plaids available for like immediate delivery. So these are cars that either were refused or financing fell through.
Yeah, I know some people got one because of financing fell through.
But some people are able to take delivery of cars right away. And it's not the best, because some people have been waiting like a year for this car, and
Insert us.
They might be, but then, say they live in like New York or something like that, and they've been waiting a year for it, but they have the exact same build, maybe down in Georgia, and somebody who just places an order can get it within 2 days. And to me, that's unfortunate, because I think they should, in the past, they would move cars around the country and be able to, fulfill those orders and definitely do a better job of prioritizing for those people who've been waiting longer.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, we saw someone that tweeted that they ordered like 4 weeks. It was back in June. They took delivery in July, but they said they ordered in June a white on white long range, or was it plaid? I don't know. We have an order for both those, so it doesn't really matter. But they ordered it and they got their brand new white on white, which is our builds, in like 3 or 4 weeks. And that kind of hurts a little bit because we've been waiting for a very, very long time.
So we definitely feel for all of you guys
Yes.
who are out there waiting for months and months and years. I know some people are saying, I've been waiting 3 months. It's like some people have been waiting for 12 months. So we feel for you waiting for 3 months, but know that there's a lot of people in line ahead of you. So.
Yeah, Dan's familiar with that. He's been waiting for his X for a very long time as well.
And again, no X is being delivered yet.
Yeah.
The first Model X not coming out till like December at the soonest, it sounds like.
Yo. Diego said he had 3 nails in 1 year. That's like when you got your first S.
Yeah,
he got like 3 in a row.
We were just talking about this on like Thursday. Basically, I'd never had a flat tire or leak in my life. And when I went and picked up my brand new Tesla, it had the low, tire pressure warning when I picked it up. And I was like, oh, well, maybe it's just because it's cold outside, because that was a problem that we often saw with Teslas if it was really cold on the old TPMS. I don't know if they still have that issue. But basically, I got home and the tire pressure was going down. So for like a week or two, and it got warm, and I was like, hey, this isn't just cold weather. And so I took it back into Tesla, and they confirmed there was an unrepairable damage, because there was like a screw in the side of my tire. And I was like, so they couldn't repair it, had to buy a brand new tire. Like 2 or 3 weeks later, it happened again. And I was starting to get suspicious, like maybe somebody at work didn't like my car or something like that. But then we realized that the house down at the end of the street, they were like, they were still like finishing construction on the house, and I think they were just losing a lot of screws off in whatever, somebody's work truck and stuff. And it was unfortunate though. So I had like at least 2 damaged tires in like 3 weeks, and I've never had any before then. And fortunately, I haven't had any since.
Yeah. Frank was saying, please don't break the carbon fiber trim, which we definitely will not if we go take apart Plaid, because it's not going to be easy trim to get. And then Benny actually said, is the Tesla Bots baby next to your Tesla diecast?
Oh, that thing? Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And you might explain where we got that again.
I'll kind of explain it. So this is the Tesla Bot. Savannah Snow, actually, she's in Colorado. Her dad actually brought over a long-range red Model Y that we did a spoiler install on. They came out to our Supercharger meetup, and she made this, and I think it's pretty badass. So I wanted to put it up there. And huge shout out to her if she's watching. Thank you. I really do appreciate it. It's really awesome.
And Frank Ridley just mentioned they're giving the cars to people who are paying the highest price. That seems like it might be the case, a lot of these, because people who are getting these immediate delivery are ones that are the price has gone up at least 12,000, I think, since we placed our order. So
kind of shady, in my opinion.
It seems like, I mean, I can understand them trying to make the most money, but again, there's people who've been waiting a year, and and the price went up once, so those people maybe only have to pay 8,000 more or whatever, or 10,000. But it's just crazy how they keep raising the price, and they haven't delivered all these open orders, unfortunately.
Yeah. Robert said, out of all y'all's Teslas, which one is your favorite? Well, I mean, I guess there's 2 different favorites I have. One is going to be the best all-around Tesla, and that's probably Model Y. But in terms of, like, my new favorite is my Plaid. I absolutely love the thing. It's by far the best Tesla I've ever been in. Speaking of, though, that means Model Y has to go. So we are going to be posting Model Y for sale.
Everything must go.
Everything must go. Fire sale. Just kidding. We are going to be posting Model Y for sale tomorrow. It's going down.
We've already got some pictures up on the website. We'll put up a description and pricing and all that, contact information and stuff. But basically, the Model Y is going up for sale because we don't have room for it. We got to make room in anticipation of that long-range Model S delivery.
And the X.
And the X, yeah, that's a little further down the road.
November, December, but at this point, like, resale is really good on the vehicles, and I don't necessarily need the Y, so I would rather sell it and make as much money back as possible. I haven't really been driving it since we got
Well,
Plaid.
we got the Plaid almost 2 weeks ago, so
Yeah.
we just have it sitting there. It's much better going to somebody else's garage or somebody else's house so they can get usage out of it.
Definitely. Let me see where I was. Amy said Ruby has a screw in her tire. Now I have to drive my old Ice car till it gets fixed.
Oh no.
Ew. That sucks. Hopefully that gets fixed real quick for you, Amy. Slewdog said, on the Model 3 Performance, would replacing the 20-inch tires with smaller wheels soften the ride, or is the stiff suspension the reason for the harsh ride? I rode in one and thought my back was going to break. Well, an 18-inch tire will definitely give you a little bit smoother of a ride because there's a bigger sidewall, and that can help kind of compress a little bit on any kind of bump or anything.
We definitely noticed that on the Model S that we had.
Yeah.
We had like an S75D and S100D, and we had the like 20-inch wheels on the S75D, and you can definitely tell that even though they both had the same air suspension, the ride on the 19-inch wheels tires was much better than on the 21.
Yeah, but Performance does have a stiffer suspension too.
Yeah.
So that's another thing. Anyone out there that thinks their Model 3 Performance is a little harsh or anything, definitely switching to 18s can help. But also, if you wanted to, you could do a more of a comfort spring that some aftermarket sellers have. You could even do coilovers that are comfort oriented. There's a couple different options at least. Let's see. Dan said he will send some down. Okay, I'm in. I don't know. Maybe I'll just come up there and get some.
What is he sending?
He's had some really good beer.
Oh, okay.
So, I'm not normally a huge beer fan, but I will definitely try it. Let's see. Brent said the Tesla community celebrates EVs, renewable storage, etc. Rightfully so. But are they missing the massive feedback loops which are threatening all of humanity? Did I miss something?
I don't know. There's some discussion going on about like global warming, climate change, all that stuff, and big storms and stuff like that. So that's probably what
right.
they're referring
Okay.
to.
Yeah.
I'm just guessing.
Maybe.
But I mean, Tesla is trying to sustain transportation and stuff, and renewable energy. So Tesla is definitely doing their part.
Yeah. Sorry for the black screens. I keep hitting the black screen, no empty slot. So sorry. Susan said, dumb question. Don't worry, it's totally fine. Is there a formula to compute the percent to miles?
It depends.
It depends which car you have.
It depends on because depending on whether you have like older with 60 kilowatts, 75, 82, 90, 100, the percentage would be different depending on that. That is one thing though that's nice in the newest version of the app. I think 2021.24.4, which is rolling out this past week, is that on like a Model 3 and Model Y, you can tap to the left of the battery icon and you can instantly toggle between percentage and like estimated range. On the S, you can't click on the battery icon like that, so it's a few more steps at this time. But
yeah,
it's not that hard. But basically, I guess if you just would take your whatever your battery, if you had a 100 kilowatt battery and your range is like 400, then you could divide that out and see the percentage and stuff. But again, it's going to be different depending on whatever batteries you have. So you have to calculate that based upon your battery.
Yeah, that's going to be the biggest thing. But once you know that, you can just take, say you were supposed to get 305 miles when you bought the car. You could take 75% of that, but that's not always the greatest because you will get some degradation. There's different ways you can go about doing it. To be honest, though, I just keep mine in miles. Yeah. And I have been super happy with that. Yeah. It gives me a rough estimate of what I have, and that's all.
And it updates as you're driving. So if you start a trip and it says 300, if you have some bad weather, some cold weather, some wind, it will go down faster than the miles you're actually driving, but it still gives you its best estimate, and you can use that energy graph. Unless you're on a new refreshed Model S, which still doesn't have the energy graph, you can see how far you're going and what your estimated battery percentage will be when you get to your destination.
Yep.
So it updates all the time, and your range is updated accordingly.
Yep. Tom said, I have a tiny flexible video camera that I've used to inspect engine internals. We actually have one.
We were talking about that.
Wait, I think we lent it to my parents.
Yeah, we need to get it back. So hey.
Hey, Mom, if you're watching this, call me. I'll need to pick that up.
Because we were talking about.
I wonder if you could snake that thing up inside the Plaid dash to see the rotating screen components or lack thereof. You'd have to still remove stuff, but I definitely think that might
a lot
help.
easier, yeah. Because we do have it, and it's like long too. Like,
yeah, it's really long.
I don't know how many feet that is.
I think it's like a 20-footer.
Yeah, so if we can definitely, I think if you came from behind, you could probably stick the camera in there and get some views of what's inside. So we should try that, yeah.
Yep. Mando said, "I'm getting a long-range Model Y. I will wear an ugly Christmas shirt. LOL."
Okay,
Definitely.
yeah, that's what
When
I'd
you
say for
do,
now.
tweet us photos. Would love to see it. I really like when people have fun with their deliveries. You probably noticed we have fun. We do a lot of like jumping photos. But for Plaid, we wore the kilts. David wore a Plaid shirt. So that was perfect. I don't know what we're gonna. Oh, I know what we're gonna do for the next one.
We
Yeah,
already
okay,
have
I
it
know
planned for the next one, but we
Yep.
can't break the news yet. But if clever
Secrets.
people like Roger, I bet could figure it out. So
Diego might too, actually.
yeah.
Let's see. Luke said Tesla once said that they take 20 or 30 variables into account to calculate the miles. So no.
Yeah, there's probably a lot of
Yeah.
variables, but there's a quick and easy just multiply by this.
Yeah.
But it may not be 100% accurate, but it's
Close enough.
You could do it in your head, you know.
Yeah. Let's see. Dan said since December 4th, 2021. I think you meant 2020. Beer's kicking in.
Oh, when he put in his
Yeah.
Model X order? Yeah.
Yeah.
Ours, yeah, so he's a little bit longer than us because I think we're around the 30th or somewhere towards the last part of December 2020.
Yep. Mando, that's actually a great question. Thank you for the $5 super chat. It said, since Rivian will go public next month, will you
yes.
guys invest in their stocks?
were
Seems
talking-
like they're most likely to succeed.
Yeah, we were actually
Like
talking about
Tesla.
this last Thursday or Friday, and I'm already thinking, yes, we should
Yeah.
buy some. Eric was like, well, it depends on how much it is. I mean, if it's $5,000 a share, we're not going to be buying
The
a lot.
issue is,
but I
though-
think it's going to be a lot cheaper than that. But
Well,
I'd
the
buy a few.
issue is that I have with the whole thing, and I'm still probably going to invest. Don't take this as investment advice. Do your own research. But the fact that they're already valuing themselves at $80 billion.
Yeah, bigger than Ford and all these other companies.
Bigger than Ford, and they've never even delivered a single consumer vehicle. They have delivered some to Amazon. But here's why I really think Rivian has the greatest chance to succeed over all other new EVs to market. And that's because Amazon is heavily invested in them. But that can also be a double-edged sword, because Amazon could say, we're so heavily invested, you keep delivering us our trucks, don't sell to the public or whatever. I'm pretty sure Amazon could swing some things. But I really think overall Rivian probably has the best chance to succeed just because of who has backed it. Let's see. Dave said, missed last week's live stream since I took delivery of my Model Y Performance and having fun with it. Congratulations. Only took 4 weeks to get it, while the long-range order is now taking 4 months. Yeah. Long-range orders are ridiculously far out. I think I saw it was like January or February earlier. But congrats on the car. Frank said they are giving cars to people who are paying. Oh, yeah, we already mentioned that. Yep. Diego said, do we think there'll be surprises on the new Model X? I mean, we have hope.
We still hope, yeah, because as we've mentioned, all the renderings we've seen of the second row have been like the 5-seater or the 7-seater so far, and they don't show that it has the fold-down armrest like is in the new Model S. So I hope that it has something in the 5-seater, 7-seater, and even for the 6-seater, they need to have armrests if they're going to have that wireless charging, because the description still says there will be wireless charging available for all passengers, and they're going to need something because they're not going to put it on the door. So they're going to need armrest or something.
Yeah, so that's what we're most looking forward to. Oh.
That would mean, too, that they would even need to add it to the third row seats because those are passengers, too.
So, looking
This
at
is a
here,
third
what
row
if
seat.
they did like a vertical stack of phone chargers instead of double side by side like the
They could do
S?
that here, just kind of the same way like in the S where you have one there and they could have one there. Yeah, but I mean, you have your
they
cup
could
holders,
stack
too.
them, like on top of each other. Like a little mini armrest.
Oh, like right here?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Because, yeah, we don't have armrests here, but it's really, yeah. It would
Not
be
a lot of
cozy.
room.
Yeah, but they could actually take a couple inches out of there and then, yeah, have one there, one there. It
Yeah.
might look like that, but, you know, it's possible. So I would be hopeful that they would have that because the description still says wireless charging for all passengers. So they're going to need to have wireless charging for all passengers.
That's what we're expecting at least. Dave said, do you think Tesla's wrong fast-tracking Model Y performance orders while long-range orders are delayed a bit longer? 4 weeks for performance versus 4 months for long range. Well, so their performance cars, they basically, like, they probably had motors kind of already lined up. So it could be a motor thing.
Or it could be like we were talking about earlier where they cost more.
Higher
So higher margins.
higher margin for sure. I think Tesla's really trying to push higher margin vehicles, especially this quarter, because I don't think this quarter is going to look that great.
Especially with all the
Personal opinion.
supply chain issues and
Exactly.
stuff like that. If you can sell 2 cars, if one of them you can sell for $5,000 more, then I think that we're gonna try to sell the one for $5,000 more.
Yeah.
Whoa. Carlos, just
Thank you, Carlos, for the $10 super chat. Really appreciate that. Said, I have a 2015 Model S 85. Started to experience a clunk sound when accelerating from complete stop in the rear of the car. Tesla replaced the whole motor, but still getting a clunk sound. Any idea what that is? Ooh. Doesn't sound good.
Yeah. I can't remember what was that the
Clunk.
yeah, but what was that thing that they had with the suspension or not but like the control arms or something?
Yeah, that was control arm, but
can't
that would
remember.
just be a shutter,
Okay, not a clunk.
not a clunk.
Yeah, with a clunk, that's the first thing I think of is the motor. But if they replace the motor, I don't know.
That's a really good question. Unless, like, I know it sounds stupid, but is there anything like rolling around in like the bottom section of your rear trunk? Because I've had that happen before.
Yeah. Like when you launch it or something like that, you can hear something rolling around. Yeah. That's what somebody said. Mark says maybe it's that bowling ball in your trunk. So,
I mean, it could also be something in your frunk that just the way it like sounds, it sounds like it's from behind you. But I don't honestly, I'm not familiar with the clunking sound. That's not great. Were they able to like test drive the vehicle and replicate it? Just curious. You can just put it in chat. You don't have to super chat or anything. I was curious how that works. But thank you so much for the $10 super chat. Really,
he did just say
that.
the trunk is absolutely empty, so
Okay.
eliminates that as a possibility.
This is gonna sound terrible, but I'm gonna get a little dark for a second. Well, they would have seen this. I was gonna say, what if like a rabbit got up in the panel? Or
I don't think there would be a
squirrel?
thunk though. They would be soft because they're covered with fur. So, I don't think that
It goes flying back.
Yeah, it really. Yeah,
I would assume though, when they replaced the motor, they took all that part out. It would have come out.
Yeah.
Okay, that got dark.
We're
for a few
stumped on
minutes.
this. Yeah. I don't know.
I mean, if you find out, like definitely
let us
like
know,
tweet
yeah.
me or whatever, because I'd love to actually know what causes a clunk. Because that's new to me. Brent said, has the smoke been terrible? We need solar radiation mitigation. Heat's the issue. No shame. Plug Premiere. Yeah, it's been
better.
on and off.
Yeah.
I think today though it's kind of going a little nuts. I don't know if you can kind of tell. My nose is a little.
Yeah, and I could tell it was hazy this morning when we did the dog walk and stuff. But the last couple of weeks have actually been okay. But man, earlier in the summer it was
terrible.
It was
we couldn't
bad.
even see the sun.
Yeah, or else when we did, it was just orange, like fire in the sky. And boy, we could tell on some days our solar was way down, just maybe 20 or more % down on some days. So
Yeah.
definitely saw it affecting our solar. But fortunately, we still got what we got.
Yep. Jason said, "Why sell it? Do a raffle giveaway." Yeah, a lot of people have asked about that. One, I can't like totally give the car away. I still owe money on the Model Y. It's not like I bought it free and clear or anything. And two, with raffles, it's really tricky to do those because like you have to hire a separate company to handle it, and you have to have special permits and everything.
And
it's for the safety of the buyers.
Yeah, and you'd have to get like a lawyer involved and
Yeah.
do all this stuff. So it would cost like thousands. It'd take weeks or months to do that. Where that would take too long.
That being said, though, if I ever hit 1 million subscribers on YouTube, I would love to give away a Model 3. I will hire a lawyer to figure that out.
Or a Model 2.
Or a Model 2. I don't know, whatever
is
it
out,
happens.
depending on when it happens. Yeah.
Yeah, that would be fun. Let's see. Chris said, sorry for being late. 2 weekends have been pretty busy for me. I agree. Same here. We've been super busy. Pete said, my Performance Model X doesn't stay in Ludicrous Plus mode long enough to heat the battery for optimal performance. Could it be hot, 90 plus degrees Fahrenheit weather? It just reverts back to normal Ludicrous.
It's weird because you'd think it would like the heat, right?
They do like the heat. So that's why when you normally put it in Ludicrous Plus mode, it takes some time to heat up and like make sure that battery is like the perfect temperature. That's weird though. I would maybe fill out a service ticket and ask them to take a look at that because that doesn't sound like it's operating like it should.
Yeah. And did he say what year his X was?
He didn't. It was a Ludicrous Plus. So what? 2018?
I don't know, but yeah, I just wondered,
Maybe?
like, does it have limited supercharging? Have you noticed reduced supercharging speeds? Is it a 90? Or no, well, I guess they did have some 90s back then, but
Not Ludicrous Plus though.
I
Did
don't
they?
know.
I can't remember.
I don't
to be
remember
honest.
with the X, but yeah, I just wonder if it's one where it's kind of been nerfed a little bit, but I don't know. definitely I would inquire at the service center.
Yep. Pulsar said, "Have you boys twerked yet? We love a Sunday twerk."
Twerked.
Twerk, 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 twerk. I don't think we can do that on YouTube without getting kicked
Yeah.
off. So
Did we?
Sorry.
We did, never mind. I was gonna say when you had the short shorts, I think some pictures were taken, but I don't think there were any videos, fortunately.
yeah, burn them all. Brent said, "I've been an investor in Tesla. Hope to get a Tesla one day." Awesome.
Congrats. Yeah. Go for it.
Let's see. Chris said you must be getting BMW interior quality vibes in the new Model S. I don't know. I haven't been in a new BMW in a long time.
It was really nice though. We took it on a ride out to the airport last night, which is like nearly an hour each way. And I sat in the front seat on the way there, and nice and comfortable. And on the way back, I actually sat in the rear seat, and it was nice using the armrest and the wireless charging and stuff like that. And it was nice and comfortable.
Yeah.
And we noticed something. Remember on the suspension, we saw something that was new, at least we hadn't seen before. Is like as we were driving, there were some parts of the road that were like really bumpy because there's a lot of construction on I-70 through the Denver area, and there was actually a message that popped up on the screen saying it was going to be raising the suspension automatically for comfort reasons, right?
Yep.
So that was something new that we hadn't seen before. So definitely, it recognized there was an issue, and in order to make it a smoother ride, it raised the suspension slightly.
Yeah. Let's see. Michael Holiday said, I tried updating the Tesla app on my S20, but it doesn't show an updates available. Yeah, so it doesn't show it on mine either. I don't know. What do I have?
I don't see it in the place. You have the 21 Ultra.
I have 21 Ultra. It doesn't show it there either. Some people have said they've gotten it. Maybe it's a slow rollout, or maybe it's not compatible yet with the newer ones.
But I've been checking it since Wednesday,
Yeah.
and I haven't seen it showing up in the Play Store. Again, my phone did say there's an update pending on Wednesday, but it failed, and when I tried to do it again, it just never got anywhere. And then that's when we saw that it looks like it had been pulled back from the Play Store for Android. So again, you can get the APK, but
just be careful with those.
And again, some of it's better, some of it's worse. So we're not in a rush to upgrade all of our devices yet.
Yeah. And I think it was Dan that was telling us about the Flex camera. I can't quite remember who was doing that, but anyway, I have a slight update on ours. My parents texted me and said, when do you want us to bring back your Flex camera? So thank you for watching the stream, Mom and Dad.
We could probably go pick it up this week because we
Yeah.
have some other errands and stuff to run, so we might be able to pick it up this week from them.
Yep. Navin said, what's the range on your Model Y you're selling? I think it's like 295 or 300.
Yeah, somewhere in the 290, I don't know, but it was upper 290s.
Something like that.
We'll have
Although we haven't balanced the pack in a while, so it might be
We'll
higher.
post that tomorrow.
Yep.
With all the details on the car, because there's a lot of extras and stuff on that car too, like
Ton of
Alcantara headliner, and are you going to announce that new thing that you're installing, or is that going to be?
No.
Okay.
No.
Okay.
No.
Another secret.
No.
Is that listed on the description?
No.
Oh, okay. But there's all kinds of accessories in that car, so we'll just say that.
Someone's spoiling everything. No, just kidding. Some Tesla guy said I have a Model Y Performance delivering in about a week. Congrats. 20-inch wheels are instantly going on as I don't want to die when the Rhode Island winter comes. Hoping the ride isn't too harsh. I mean, Model Y is not like... I think you'll be fine. It is just coil suspension. So like, if you're used to anything with air suspension, you'll notice a slight difference. But I think it's more felt by people in the back, not so much in the front.
Yeah.
So
And I had a coil suspension on my first S90D back in 2016. I had that for a couple of years, and it was fine for me. It was just some roads were bouncier than others.
You bet. Okay. Just so everybody knows, I'm at like 6:45 with comments, so I am like 15 minutes behind. I am going to try to get to everybody, so I'm working on it. Pierre said, would a full front clip PPF wrap, $2,400, be good enough until I can afford the full PPF wrap? The front clip is the full hood, bumper, mirrors, fender. I mean, yeah, totally.
Yeah.
That's all he did on his first S.
The S90D we were just talking about, and I spent close to that. It might have been slightly less, but again, that was 5 years ago.
Yeah.
But it was within a couple $100 of that, and did the front. Every front surface was covered, and I don't think we had any chips or anything with that vehicle. So definitely a good job. Do it, and especially if it's something you can add on later once you have more funds available, I guess.
Definitely. Dan said we're welcome up there anytime, and we can check out the Bearded Dragon. He has a bearded dragon, by the way.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I know.
So he's a reptile guy too.
Yeah. I think he just got one.
Well,
but
that's still a reptile guy.
Huge fan of the beardies. Let's see. Where were we? Mark said 2016 facelift was a refresh. This is an all new car, the new Model S, not a refresh. So here's the one thing I will say. When I took apart one thing of the dash, I flipped it over, and on the back it says Model S 2.0.
Oh, wow. So we should stop referring to it as a refresh.
Exactly. I think we need to start referring to it as Model S 2.0 and Model X 2.0.
Yeah. But yeah, the nice thing is you know, while the body and stuff looks the same for the most part, you can just tell, yeah, it's all new, or you know, very new. Like most parts have changed, and just so many different changes. Like especially when you remove the frunk cover, and you can you can see the changes to the HEPA filters and the bioweapon defense mode and the heat pump, and they've moved everything around. So and the battery. There's just so many changes, and the inside it's nicer. Yeah. But you'll definitely still be comfortable, you know, if you're a previous Tesla S owner, you'll be comfortable. The yoke is probably one of the biggest things that you might take some getting used to. Speaking of which, I still haven't driven it other than like 3 feet to move it in the driveway. So I actually haven't driven the
video will be coming soon.
Yeah.
Let's see. Luke said Rivian valuation seems pretty high. Agreed. $80 million is a little nutty. Chris said I've lost count. On your Tesla app, how many cars do you see? Well, on the old one, we see 3. On the new one, we see 5 because we have the long-range Model S and long-range Model X orders in. Yeah. And I just don't like how it shows orders.
One other thing we noticed in the difference between the old app and the new app is that the old app, if you pull up that slide thing again and you go to the where you can choose the products, on the old app they actually had a little magnifying glass for, like, they had a search function. So you could, if you had so many cars that you couldn't find your car, you could actually it's like the first one. Basically, they had a search function so you could narrow it down to find. Keep going. Right there. See the little magnifying glass at the top of the screen?
Yeah. So right here, it had a little magnifying glass if you have tons of cars.
Well, the most I think we had was 5 at one time, but now they got rid of that. So I guess, you know, if you have too many cars that you don't know what to do with, sorry, you're just going to keep swiping for them because you can't search for them with a magnifying glass anymore. Unless there's some magical little filter that, okay, you've got this many cars, then they show you the magnifying glass. That might be.
I mean, I don't know how we haven't hit that filter, but anyway. Jason said F-150 looking better and better. Definitely be market before the Cybertruck. Maybe. I guess we'll see if they have any issues with like parts and stuff, because I still think it will be delayed.
They still have
longer than they say.
They still have tens of thousands of cars just sitting in parking lots.
Yeah,
waiting for
exactly.
chips and stuff like that. But definitely, yeah, we still have our reservation in for the F-150 Lightning. I heard that supposedly later this year they will be reaching out to people and asking them to, like, you know, finalize their orders. So it'll be interesting to see. But the capacity, I don't know if people have seen this, they're really low manufacturing numbers for I think 2022. They're only going to be building 15,000 of those, and then 2023 I think it's like 40,000. 2024 is like 80,000. So they have a lot of pre-orders or reservations for that vehicle. It's going to be 5 years at least before they can fill the current number of reservations. And so definitely glad that there's some competition coming out, some other alternatives coming out, but it's still going to be a while before Ford gets ramped up. And that's even with them doubling the capacity. That's still only going up to 80,000, which is way less than the numbers we're seeing Tesla push out with their different models. So we have a little dog. Mr. Kit is in here, and he mislaid and is in the middle of the dog bed, and Mr. Kit is concerned that he doesn't have room. So Eric's trying to comfort him, but it's not working. So, okay.
I think he wants more blankets.
Yeah, okay. Well, back to the questions here.
Oh, there we go. Yay.
Okay, he finally laid down.
Okay. Sorry, had to play dog.
But yeah, but again, we still have our reservation for the F-150, and we'll wait and see. If it comes out first, we're definitely going to get it.
Yeah.
And that way we can compare it to the Cybertruck.
You bet. Frank said, did the Falcon Wing doors on your old Model X open all the way, or did they open only partially? All the way. So there's actually a setting you can make them to only open partially. So if yours aren't opening all the way, it might be that setting.
Yeah, definitely. And or if you are in a small garage or you're really close to the walls.
Where the sensors hit, yeah.
Yeah, so it definitely can affect it. But if you are outside with no obstructions or anything and they don't open all the way, then definitely something needs to be checked on that.
Yep. Roger said, Rivian, like Tesla, has been around for quite a while, longer than most people realize. Definitely. I just find it funny that never having delivered a consumer car, they're just valued so expensive. But it's It's okay.
I think that hopefully that's because the market sees that electric is the way to go.
Well,
You know.
I mean, they kind of came up with their own valuation, so.
Oh, okay, that's why it's so high. That's interesting. So anybody can do that. So we can. Oh, we're worth this many billions of dollars. Oh, okay. Okay.
I'm gonna fill that out on my next loan application
Yeah.
for a car and see what happens. Like, Rivian did it, why can't I? Chris said Lucid has a big manufacturing plant in Arizona. I stopped by and they have more chargers than you find at Fremont. Most used by Teslas. Yeah.
Interesting.
Not surprised on that one.
Yeah. We're still waiting. Like Lucid does not have anything in the Denver area yet. It sounds like they might be opening up a store or a gallery in maybe Cherry Creek next year. So definitely interested in that, especially because remember a couple weeks back somebody was saying that they were paying them like 50% more than Tesla, or remember that it was some insane value, like their salespeople were getting $100,000. So I'm like, hey, I'd work at Lucid if I could.
But I don't know. I still find it like I don't know where that person got their numbers. I can't imagine them paying sales staff $100,000 because
Well,
you're gonna run your company in the ground so quick with that.
I wouldn't mind asking anyway. It doesn't hurt to ask.
True. Carlos did say it's weird, but he does have another service appointment to diagnose the clunk.
Okay, good.
So yeah. Let's see. Trying to see where we were. Sounded like it was coming from the rear motor initially, but it wasn't. Weird.
Did you see Black House Bruce is asking if you can recommend a bed for the Y? His wife loves camping and sleeping in the car. Are there any that don't take up too much room when packed?
Yeah, I mean, I have played around with the Tasmanian one, and it's been really nice. The only thing, though, is it is foam, and so it will take up a little bit more room. It's not like an air mattress, but to be honest, foam mattresses I find way more comfortable than an air mattress.
Yeah.
So it's kind of up to you, but I think you can fit a full-size air mattress in there.
You mean like a queen size?
No, a full size.
But don't you? Oh, I was thinking of the S, because remember in the S, I think we had like a
full left a little bit of gap, but a queen filled out the S more.
Yeah, that was a nice thing with an air
yeah.
mattress is that they're a little more flexible in where you can put them.
Exactly. But I think you could try a full size, see how that goes. But it's a great car to camp in, just with the height and really everything about it.
Yeah.
Let's see. Roger said I messaged the Toyota parts manager that was giggling like a little girl when I took him for a ride in Yolanda. That's his performance Model Y, everybody. And told him you're selling another Y performance. Yeah, if he wants one, hit me up. We got another one for sale.
Yeah.
That's funny. Carlos did say I got my Model S 85 pre-owned from Tesla in January of this year. Has 82,000 miles and has been absolutely great thus far. But just recently developed this thunk sound when I accelerate from a complete stop.
Yeah, but that's just weird if you had the motor checked. I don't know what it is.
They replaced it.
Yeah, well, yeah, but...
Yeah, definitely weird for sure, but I'm glad they're taking care of it. That's a great thing about buying an older pre-owned Tesla from Tesla is they do have that warranty. Let's see. Roger. Let's see.
I approve that one, by the way.
No, that one's hilarious. I love it. It just jumped. Let me see where I was. Diego was saying no more secrets. Maybe you'll see the product eventually.
Yeah.
We're still working through some beta stuff. It's in early development. Let's see. Frank said, how do you balance the pack? Well, you basically like take it all the way...
all the way down.
All the way down as low as you can. And then you charge it all the way up and then all the way down and then all the way up. And then that should, in theory, balance the pack. Or at least that's what Tesla had always told people kind of back in the day. Yeah. But we've seen people do that with Model 3s and it actually will then report more miles because the BMS, battery management system, calibrates basically when you do that.
Well, I see too, just like checking the Y today, it looks like it's at 294 is the estimated. So I think that since we did it, but also we've seen that heat can
affect it
change
too.
your estimated range too. So on hotter days, you might say you have a couple more miles. And also in the summer, you're going to have a better estimated range than in the winter. And we saw that in the past. Every winter, our range might go down a couple miles, but then it comes back in the summer.
Yeah. Navin said, would you guys say Lucid or Rivian is a better stock choice? That's a good one. Again, not stock investment advice, but I mean, They both have their pros and cons, to be honest. But I think Rivian is a more surefire bet.
Yeah. Well, does Lucid, have they announced anything besides like the Air? I know they have like 5 different versions of the Air or whatever.
Yeah, they have several versions of that now.
But that's just the one.
I think they have an
model.
SUV.
Okay, I haven't seen.
Did I
that
just
yet.
leak something? God, I hope I
don't
didn't
know.
leak it.
Is that? I don't know.
Anywho, moving on now. I to be honest though, I think either one is probably pretty safe, but I think Rivian is maybe gonna do a tad bit better. Let's see.
Just because they're cheaper too, right? I mean, they're going to be available to a wider market.
Exactly, and they already have that deal with Amazon and like
Yeah.
just everything else. Yeah. Mando X Game said, "Will there be a new mod update vid for Plaid this week?"
Well, I think we have several videos hopefully coming this week about that.
I've actually had to start creating a schedule.
Because like I know at least like 3 of them that we have all these in the
Looking.
queue or whatever, but then other things come up, but we have several Plaid videos lined up.
Yeah.
And there's even a Y in some of the one of the videos. So
Yeah.
so
So I'm looking at the list. It's quite the list. We're gonna see what we can get to. I'm gonna try my hardest to get everything edited.
But what was the question? Was it about make modifications to the
Yeah,
Plaid, or was
mod
it about
update for the Model S
okay.
Plaid.
Because you've been making some changes.
There've been a few things here
just
and there.
some very minor ones like today or yesterday, and
Yeah.
So
There'll be a few things.
more coming.
Hopefully by the end of the week. Don't quote me on it, but at worst case it'll be by Monday at the very latest.
Next Monday or
Yes. Week from tomorrow
tomorrow?
at the latest.
For what?
For a big mod update.
Oh, that one. Yeah.
Big mod update.
But there's other ones hopefully coming before then.
Hey. Yeah. Let's see. Malo said, "Do you know how the 2021 Model 3 headlights are different than previous versions?" Do you know?
I don't know. Somebody I saw down below said that they're LED matrix capable, but software is not yet
I don't fully know
activated.
what that means.
But still 2 times better than 2020.
Is the
So-
Matrix like where it can like block out certain things? It's dinner time.
For the dogs, yeah.
For the
I don't know.
dogs.
Yeah, that would be nice. I don't know though, unfortunately, if they can do that in the U.S. But it would be nice if they had that functionality here. But hopefully, when we start seeing deliveries in Europe, they'll have the software updated, and we'll see if that really does have cool matrix functionality that can block out just individual cars and stuff.
Yeah.
So you don't blind people with the high beams and stuff.
Yeah, that's what I thought would be really cool. Let's see. Don said the Tesla robot will be used to work from home or from any country by VR.
That'd be funny.
Yeah, that'd be interesting. I would like one to help around the house, like vacuum the carpet, do the dishes. I would really like it if they could cook food. That'd be cool. Fred said, picked up my Model S long range this Friday in Fort Myers. Ordered December 20th. Can't wait. He picks it up this Friday. Sorry,
okay.
I misread that. I'm dyslexic. But congratulations on the new Model S. They're amazing. You'll really, really like it. Let's see. Paul said, will Tesla allow charging Powerwalls directly from the car via DC? It would bypass the one-way problem with the inverters.
Yeah, I don't think that's going to happen anytime soon. But it'll be interesting to see, especially with the Cybertruck coming out and with Ford bragging, saying that they can power your house. It'll be interesting if Tesla adds functionality like that, at least to cars going forward. I don't think they're going to add it to like existing cars.
Yeah.
But they're still going to need some sort of like. If you're going to power he's talking about powering your Powerwalls. So if you have a Powerwall, you already have the transfer switch and everything
Exactly.
installed, the gateway, so you don't have to worry about sending power back to the grid. So that'd be an interesting option if you could charge up your Powerwalls that way. But again, yeah, I don't know. Good question. But it will remain to see. Hopefully we'll see something like that for the Cybertruck.
Definitely I would want for Cybertruck. That is a big want for that. Kelly said, stopped by Superior today and saw 2 Plaids and 3 long ranges. All were midnight silver metallic and had black interior with the exception of 1 Plaid had tan interior. So, I mean, not a lot of whites rolling around, that's for sure.
Our friend sent us a picture. They spotted a model version 2 Tesla up in Crested Butte, and I zoomed in and it's like, is that white interior? It's like, no, there aren't any whites, so it was cream. So
yeah. Mando said, will David be driving the new long range S refresh or the Model X? Wondering what Scott will drive.
We've been
he'll
playing,
probably
like-
be driving the long range S.
Yep.
No idea what Scott's gonna drive at this point.
Scott's talking about maybe he's interested in the X because just like it's easier to get into and so he's hoping for that. So we'll see. But that's still several months away, but we should start figuring that out, I guess.
Probably. Because we're about to go from 3 cars back down to 2 cars.
Yep. And then but then back up to 3 again. But
Yeah.
But so I guess in the short term he might have to, I don't know. We're still gonna have the S100D until the long range S comes. So then I guess we'll see how long it is between the long range S and the because I don't want to get a new car and then have him driving my new car. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I feel that. I feel that. Puppy's just 8, so they are doing good. Coming back to lay down on the bed. Puppy cam for you guys. Let's see. Dan said I'm gonna order the EV Ram 1500 in 2024. I do love Ram trucks. As long as you can bring it down here and we can check it out. That'd be cool. Let's see. Chris said some EV manufacturers seem like money laundering schemes. You might not be far off. Some of these little ones popping up. Yep.
Or some of these other ones have big like issues when they kind of don't represent their product and they
Yeah, like I mean, if you're gonna like push your truck down a hill
yeah.
and say it was running under its own power, that's kind of misleading for sure. Let's see a little bit of this and that. Welcome to the chat. Haven't seen you in a while. Said, what would you choose? Model S Plaid, the Mercedes EQS 45 or 450, or the Lucid Dream? I don't know. The Plaid's so nice. I haven't been able to experience the Mercedes or Lucid.
I haven't. Yeah.
The Lucid, don't get me wrong, the interior looks brilliant. I don't really care for all the exterior as much. The Mercedes, I'm just like meh, kind of. I haven't really seen it much. I'd still probably go with the Plaid. But once I see and can feel the Mercedes and Lucid, I might change.
It'd be easier to make a more educated decision.
Yeah, definitely. Let's see. Answered that. Wow, we're going right through it. Someone said, do you think my Model X is lemon? They replaced new front axle suspension and now I'm having the same issue again. Car shakes very hard.
That's where I think you should maybe have them check the control
arms?
And there's the Nevis pins or something like that, I think they were called. And there was a service bulletin about that where there was an issue on the Model X and the Model S. And so the car would shudder or shake like that, especially when you're like do quick acceleration. So I would have them check the service bulletins for the control arms and the Nevis pins or whatever it's called.
Yeah. Or see if they can escalate the issue because it definitely should not be shaking like that at all. David said, I have an RS1 and a Cybertruck, all 3 versions on reservation.
Wow.
Which one do you think will be released first? Probably the RS1, but it depends. They might keep pushing it back. They've already pushed them back several months, but I don't know. That's a good question. Let's see.
No, here's Robert saying he's torn between black and midnight silver metallic on his next Model 3 Performance.
Ooh.
Can we be his coin toss and
let me go get a quarter.
tiebreaker?
Time out. Let me go get a quarter.
I would
Wait, do I have some
I would
here?
flip it and I think it would land on midnight silver metallic. So.
Hold on. I have a coin, a Tesla coin. Hold on.
Oh, what is that from?
Give me a minute.
Okay, so while he's looking for a coin, I'll go to the next question there. Oh, look,
Got it.
Anders is here again. Good morning from Stockholm. Hey, Anders.
Okay, so here's what we're gonna do.
So,
When we went to the Boring Company event, I got these.
oh, I remember those. Yeah.
One side says
That's
Boring Company. One side says our number, which was number 30. So, what do we want to do? Black is Boring Company, and Midnight Silver is number 30. Okay?
Yeah, but do you flip it and then flip it over, or?
No, I
Okay.
flip it and whatever it lands on.
Okay, he's
so
gonna
you're
let
gonna
it
be the
land.
witness because
Okay.
they can't see.
I'm not moving.
Are you ready,
Okay,
Robert?
Flip it. I forgot what the choices were.
It's Boring Company.
Okay, so it's black then, right?
Yeah, I believe that was black. So
Okay.
congratulations on your brand new black Model 3 Performance.
I do like Midnight Silver Metallic. Midnight Silver Metallic is kind of interesting though
I
too,
do too.
because with the light, it can look almost black at night.
The
but
issue-
during the day, it gets different. Like
Yeah.
hues
The issue I
or
have with
whatever.
black cars is if you don't have it like the paint finished well and
paint protection.
like the ceramic coat at the very least put on it. You see a bunch of swirls, and it just doesn't look good. So maybe we should just change that to a number 30.
Yeah. I was gonna say
MSM.
I had a black car. That was my first car, and unfortunately it was really hot, and I didn't have good air conditioning. So personally, I'm never gonna have a black car again. But you can do whatever you want.
I do like black on black. It
does look
sleek.
nice. Where did we see one? One of the guys in our chat, like last week or week before, one of them took delivery. I forget who that was.
Oh,
but
yeah.
One of our viewers here sent pictures of his, and it looked really nice. It like stealth, black on black. So especially because all the black trim around the windows now and the black, the dark wheels, it really looks good.
Yeah.
But that was with an NS, not the Model 3.
I would just make sure you get that paint sealed up and probably polished out before. Do a paint correction and then at least a ceramic coat over the entire thing to help protect it. But again, congratulations.
Yeah, I'm just jumping ahead. Amy asked since Scott is home, what's for dinner? Well, Amy, Scott informed us that his vacation is not over until tomorrow.
Yep.
And he had a butler for the past week while he was on vacation that was waiting on him hand and foot. So there's nothing being made for us for dinner tonight.
I went and got Papa Murphy's on my way home from work today.
Take and bake pizza is what it was. So
it was delicious.
Yeah.
Garlic chicken. Anders said, good morning from Stockholm, Sweden.
Yeah, hello.
Good morning. Welcome. Thank you so much for joining. Dave said, when I charge my brand new Model Y Performance to 90%, I'm always getting 270 miles range. If I calculate it 100, it comes out to 300, just shy of the 305 advertised. Enjoying the pedal too much. Yeah, and that's another thing, is it can potentially change based on your driving style, but hey,
but also
enjoy that car.
But also, it's just that's kind of batteries are not as precise as
exactly.
as a gas tank where you put in an exact amount of gas and it can go and you drive it. The batteries new will vary slightly, so you might have plus or minus a few miles. So you might not ever see that 305 or whatever the current range is.
Yeah. Let's see. Some people were chiming in chat saying MSM is very elegant. I would choose it over black. I got a blue with white interior Model Y. That's another great color combo. Somebody asked, what do we recommend for daily charge for driving? 80 or 90%? I believe Elon and team have always said 80 tends to be a nice sweet spot. So that's actually what we charge our cars up. Is I normally just keep them at 80. And I don't really go much beyond that unless we're going on a road trip.
Yeah, and that's the thing, too.
Our batteries have lasted really well.
If you have a car with a smaller range battery, then you might want to charge it higher to 90 if you need the range. But typically, we don't need 300 miles of range every day just for our commute. So, yeah, we keep it about 80 or so. And if we're going to, up in the mountains or going on to the airport, we might bump it up for 10% so that by the time we get back, we can spread out the charging. So instead of charging it for 4 hours, we're charging it 2 hours here and 2 hours here.
Yeah. Chris just said, just went out to pick up dog poo. Hope the Tesla robot can handle that in Arizona.
Now, that would be
we would
nice.
like that too.
Yeah.
We'll add that to our robots list. But I want them to learn to wash their hands before they make us food.
Well, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Or maybe they can come out with the special robot just for that,
Just a poo robot?
Yeah, because you don't need
I'm pretty sure they already have that. There's a company that comes out to one of our neighbors' houses.
That's not a robot. It's an actual person. But, what if we had some? But yeah, they could have a little Roomba for your backyard that goes around and
sucks up poop.
Yeah.
Let's see. Steve said check out the Dream Case for camping in Model S. So I actually checked that out way back in the day. Not a bad option, but probably one of the most expensive options you will encounter.
But it came with custom sheets, right?
Yeah, those do come with sheets and stuff. Yeah. Let's see. Someone said I use 80%, but Elon said 90 is fine. Just go to 90 if you want or need it. Yeah, that would work too. Mando said, why would Mazda build an EV with a 100-mile range when you can get a Tesla that has more than double the mileage?
We were talking about this last week. It's crazy. It's nice that they're coming out with an EV, but when Eric told me the range, I'm like, what?
And the price.
The price is you can get a Model 3 for that. So, would you want a Mazda, brand new, never built an EV before that does 100 miles, or a Tesla that's been around for several years that can go 2.5 times that far? I think the decision is pretty easy.
Yeah. A lot of people chiming in. Roger obviously said model or MSM looks amazing with matte PPF wrap. He has a matte PPF on his, which actually used to be our first performance Model Y. He bought it, and it looks amazing with the PPF that's matte. Some people said black is boring. Some said black is awesome. Some said black is hard to keep clean, which I agree with. Model MSM. Well, I don't know why I keep saying model, but MSM for the win. Yeah. Let's see. I don't know if I finally gotten to when I like flipped the coin. Maybe I didn't. Oh well. Anyway, he did say black it is. Can't go against the coin flip. Oh no.
That was
what did we do?
Oh well. I'm sure he'll enjoy
honestly,
it.
I hope they bring out a purple crimson Elon had in his personal Model S. Hopefully the new factory in Germany brings out better paint tech. Yeah, but I mean, here's the great thing about black too, is you can wrap it that purple crimson color if you want. So black is probably the best color if you want to wrap your vehicle, because any kind of shadow is just going to look black, which looks more natural than like white. So if you want that crimson, you can actually get that. I believe 3M makes a very similar looking crimson, and you can get it wrapped, and that would look great as well. Yeah. Roger said Scott should just stay on vacation until your new Model S or X show up.
Well, that's going to be a while, I think.
Damn.
Did you see the right above that?
I would like to stay on vacation that one.
Sudog was, what's the first thing you bought for the Plaid?
Let me think. Give me a minute.
Several things. I mean, you just got some today, which is...
Well, I have some prototype stuff already on the car.
Yeah.
I think, did we already talk about that?
No.
I never mentioned that?
No.
Okay, then I won't mention that.
But yeah, so prototype stuff, but there's the other stuff that you have bought from other places, and but I like the one part that you just got today, but I'm not going to mention it yet, so until you get it installed.
I'm just looking to see if the prototype thing that I'm referring to is on someone's website before I go and say it. Give me one moment.
Because that means it's not a prototype anymore, right?
Well, I mean, I have the first iteration of it, and I absolutely love it. I think everyone else is going to love it. I'm just looking here. Give me one moment. Okay. So it is. Okay. So it's on their website. So I can talk about it all I want.
Oh.
So I have the first iteration of the Model S and X refresh screen protector from Abstract Ocean on the car, and it's looking mighty fine. It is the gloss version, not the matte one yet. Yeah. But it's looking really good. Still loving those. Everything else, I guess you guys will have to wait until you see the video. Sorry, I have to snake you a little bit. Let's see. But I do have Tasmanian mats coming for that car. I have the Tasmanian mats on the Model Y, and I've absolutely loved them. I find them very easy to clean. I actually just cleaned them to take pictures of the Model Y when we sell it. And with the pressure washer, they cleaned up great. The 3D mats, they look great as well, but they just don't clean up because they have like a ton of little like grooves all over it. And it's hard to clean up. And here with Colorado, when you get a lot of like mud and snow, it gets in those cracks and it isn't easy to do. Let's see. Where are we at? Dave said, got my Model 3 with the LFP battery coming on the 7th.
Oh, they are coming.
Did Tesla call you, Dave, and tell you about that battery, or is it just an assumption it's the LFP? Curious.
No, I think they said they called some people and said, can you take delivery in September? Wow. So that article saying October was off by a month.
They were able to get batteries early.
Yeah.
Nice. Chris said, what do you guys think when Model 3s now with the iron battery pack and no nickel? Elon says it can handle charge up to 100% every day, but has 15 miles less range. I mean, a lot of people's issues right now is not wanting to charge necessarily to 100%. So if you can get around that...
Yes, it's just supposedly that they don't have that issue like with the other batteries we're used to. You know, Tesla for years have said don't really charge above 90 unless you're going to be needing it on a trip. But now with these new battery, chemistries and formats, they're saying it's not an issue. So we're not used to those yet. So they don't have them in the U.S. We'll know more in another week.
Yeah, and actually, Robert said Bjorn just posted a video showing they unlock some of the range in the LFP batteries, so it should be the same range after some software updates. That would be really nice.
And then, yeah.
Let's see here. Fred said, I keep my SM3 at 80% charge unless tripping, and seems to be good here in Florida. Yeah, that seems to be a nice sweet spot. Now, like, if we're going on vacation and not going to drive it for a while, sometimes we'll let it dip down to like 60, and that's still an okay thing to do. You just don't want to leave it at those extremes, like 90 plus or maybe like 50 below for super long periods of time. Let's see. Susan said didn't drive the 2021 Model Y for 5 days without charging and only lost 3%. That's really good.
Yeah, they've gotten a lot better on the Vampire Drain.
Yeah.
Shutting things down. And it's nice that you can turn things off such as Sentry and the summon standby and stuff, so that helps
Exactly.
that it doesn't drain the battery as much.
Yep. Lewis said, anyone know why Tesla here in Canada makes an extra small 151 kilometer battery?
I think that's because there's like some tax credits or rebates there in Canada that they had to produce a car that was like, I don't remember the price, it was $49.99 or whatever it is there in Canada, but basically the way that Tesla was able to come out with a vehicle less than that price was to put to limit the battery like that to a shorter range.
Yep. Let's see here.
Yeah, and then Luke confirmed that it's just to get that government like discount or rebates or tax credits, whatever it is.
Yep. BitJam said, yes, Tasmanian mats are great. I used your code. Thank you for the support. I've been super happy with them. I love them. We've put all kinds of stuff on them and they still look brand new.
Eric, can we have a dog cam update?
Oh, dog cam update.
Look at that. Kit made it back because they had their dinner, so now they're
after dinner
relaxing,
nap.
Yeah.
Cute. Let's see. Kelly said, heard of a collaboration with Kyle from Out of Spec Studios in the works on the Plad. Wow, word travels very quick. Yeah, we were gonna try to meet up this weekend, but my weekend just got
it was a busy weekend.
Too busy with filming and everything. I just have some things coming up this week, and I need to make sure I got all the filming kind of backlogged a little bit. Mando said, can I see you guys with a Tesla bot and it just pouring shots of Tesla tequila? That'd be cool. I'm in.
Yeah, it might be a while
100%.
before we get one of those, though.
Yeah. I wonder how much that would actually cost, the Tesla bot.
Maybe we'll get lucky and they'll throw one. We'll find one in a dumpster or something, and we can just buy it on eBay. You know?
I wonder how much those cost, though.
I'm sure the first ones aren't going to be cheap.
Nope. Let's see. Dave said it's arriving on the 4th according to Tesla, then they have to prep it, and yeah, so he got a call from him. So first LFP battery. Definitely let us know, Dave. If you're on Twitter, tweet me, DM me, or whatever. Twitter tends to be the best way to get a hold of me, and let us know how it goes. Very, very interested to hear. Slewdog said emails were sent from Tesla about the LFP batteries if you had a Model 3 SR on order. If you check Tesla Model 3 inventory, there's tons available right now for immediate purchase.
Well, yeah.
Did those immediate purchase ones have LFP or still old battery? Curious. Jerry said, I sold my Model Y 2020 for a lot more money than I paid for it. I have a Model Y and X on order. Can't decide which one to get. Is the X that much better than the Y? Well, the X, you're going to get that Fabergé egg of vehicles. You're going to get the auto-opening front doors, which is really kind of nice. You're going to get the Falcon Wing doors, also nice. You're going to get more space. That's great.
I think it's definitely more comfortable for the passengers, especially if you have the 7-seater.
Yeah, I think the biggest thing with X, though, over Y, is you're getting that air suspension. And we've had Plaid for 2 weeks now.
About 13 days.
That air suspension is something else. It is so nice.
And it's a lot quieter too. And that's one thing in the X. It should be a lot quieter than the Y. I mean, the Y is definitely going to be cheaper, and you can fit 7 people. It's just those, if you're going for the 7-seater, those rear seats are not going to be very comfortable for adults at all. So if you need more room, definitely, and you like the quietness and the smoothness, definitely go for the X if you can afford it. But the Y is still a great car.
Yeah. Robert said, do the dogs have mohawks? No, that's actually how Ridgebacks look. That's like, so the hair on that line right there is actually growing in the reverse direction of the rest of it. So instead of going from head to tail, it's growing from tail to their head.
Just grows in the opposite direction, and these are brother and sister from the same litter. They just turned 4 like last week. So.
Yeah. They are the best dogs. They're great. Rhodesian Ridgebacks were actually bred to hunt lions, so
Back in the day.
they are
Ours only go after rabbits, though.
rabbits and squirrels.
Yeah. Fortunately, we don't have too many. We have mountain lions from time to time,
Yeah.
but they don't go after those.
Yeah. Let's see. Dave said, yeah, I had one on order for the end of October and changed to LFP and got the VIN upon clicking the order button. Nice. That's awesome. Let's see. Keith said, can you explain Model X suspension and how you use it for in snow, etc.? I mean, we don't really change much of it in the winter. We've never really had to. Now, if it's really heavy, thick snow, there's a lot on the road, you could always just manually go to the suspension screen and click on high or very high, and that will raise you up even higher to try to glide over it instead of just like plow it. That's probably like the biggest thing.
One thing I was gonna
chill mode helps, but
this goes back to the question about the X or Y. Another thing would be towing. So I think the X
true.
can tow like, isn't it twice as much, or
I think
it's
so.
definitely more.
Let me look it up.
Is it like 10,000 if I'm remembering correctly for the Model X, or 5,000 for the Y, or something around there? So definitely, if you need to tow something more, then the X would have more capability there.
Yep. If you want to answer another question, I'm looking up the tow capacity.
Okay, yeah. Erica said that she did not like the X because she hated the Falcon Wing doors. They were a novelty that wore off quickly. They have a Y now and love it. That was one thing. When we did have the X, it's kind of like it can draw a lot of attention if you're going someplace and you open the doors up, because people haven't really seen those before and they're like, looking at those. So that was one thing. It can be an attention that you might not want. So, but definitely the Y just looks like any regular car, so that, with the regular doors there, so it's not going to be as standing out as much in the parking lot.
Very true. So I'm looking.
Yeah, and then
here.
Robert just says, that he says he thinks the X has more towing capability. There's something on YouTube. Yeah, definitely. I mean, they can both tow, but I could be wrong, but I thought it was like 5,000 for the Y or is it 3,500 for the Y and 5,000 for the X? I don't remember.
The X is 5,000.
Okay, so then the Y must be like 3,500 then.
I'm just looking in the user manual for. I'll just show you guys. YOLO. I'm just looking in the user manual right now to see what the towing capacity. Oh, towing capacity for Model Y is 3,500 pounds.
Yeah, so it's 35 versus 5,000.
Yep.
But who knows? Maybe the new.
But
one,
it does say here, if you have a 21-inch
depending on your wheels
or 20-inch wheels with 6 to 7 passengers, it says towing is not permitted.
No.
21-inch with 6 to 7 passengers, 1,200 pounds. 19-inch with 6 to 7 passengers, 2,000 pounds, etc. But if you have 19, 20, or 21-inch wheels up to 3 passengers, you're good for 3,500 pounds. So the X is a little bit more.
Yeah. Another thing, I guess, about the Y is that you can put like a roof rack on it, which could give you some additional like cargo or like skis or bikes and stuff up there. Whereas on the X, because of the Falcon Wing doors, it's going to limit how you can carry cargo on the roof.
Definitely. Okay, let me see where I was at. Right here. LFP batteries, you can see the range is at 235 currently. Okay.
Versus 253 or something, I think somebody said for the non-LFP ones.
Yep. Someone said Spot the dog starts at 70K apparently. What does that mean?
I don't know. Is that a robot?
Is that a robot?
I don't know.
Is that like the
that'd be inexpensive.
Boston Dynamics?
Oh, really? Yeah.
Is that Boston Dynamics
That'd
thing?
be neat, but it's just like
70K is a little steep for me. If it was like 10K, maybe. That would be fun.
We could take it on walks.
Yeah, exactly. We could take it on walks with the puppies. That
Or
would be
you could
fun.
take the dogs on walks with us.
Oh, that's a good idea. Okay.
They may not like that though.
Do you think they would run around and play with each other?
I don't know.
Might have to look this up. I kind of like where this is going. Erica said, you already answered that. Yep, sorry. Let's see. Simo said, can you add lumbar support back to the passenger for the Model Y or 3 by ordering parts? Does the seat have enough of the original hardware wiring? Sorry. Originally, yes. I don't know if they are getting rid of it though. That's the thing is, Tesla changes things
from
so
week to week,
quickly. Where one week it might have the wiring, the next week it might not.
Yeah, because wasn't it on the Y that was delivered in June that it had? Is that the one you looked inside and saw that it had?
Yes, Amy's.
Amy's had the hardware on the inside, but it didn't have some of the hardware on the inside.
It was missing the actual like pump.
Yeah.
But it did have like the wiring harness hookup and stuff like that. So it's potential to be able to retrofit it, but I think they removed it because of parts shortages, to be honest. So ordering it from Tesla, it might not be easy to buy those parts. And I've experienced that right now because I'm trying to buy a bunch of Plad parts to do modifications on. And I can't get them in. It's been, what, 3 months on order?
Also, the problem is that even if you do order the parts and it is retrofittable, they probably won't work because you have to configure it in the car, like in the gateway or something in the car. And that's something that you probably aren't going to be able to do yourself. And you'd have to go to Tesla or you'd have to contact someone who could route your car and,
I don't
change the
know.
configuration.
There's nothing on the center screen that would affect it.
I know, but look, the pedestrian warning system was a speaker
that
didn't work. I mean, you plugged it in, it worked for making the noises, but it didn't work for boombox. And so there's just stuff like that. You'd think you should just be plug and play and it should work, but they seem to make it so that everything has to be authorized.
Yeah. We have some doggy reshuffling over here. Let's see. Melody said, I love the X and the Falcon Wing doors. I guess I like the attention. I guess you and me both. I like the Falcon Wing doors. I think they make it just really easy to get in and out of the car, too. Let's see. Mando said, other than 10 miles less range and you can charge to 100% more times on an LFP battery car, what are the other benefits? Faster delivery?
For the LFP, cheaper. Well, it's cheaper. Well, I don't know.
That's
is it the same price? I don't know. It's cheaper for Tesla, though.
Well, cheaper for Tesla, yeah. But
only thing is, I don't know if this is accurate, but I thought that they charged slower. Like if you go supercharging. So I have to look at that, or let us know in the chat down there. Have you heard? Do LFPs supercharge slower than non-LFP batteries?
Yeah, and then Luke said, aren't LFPs a bit heavier? That's what I have read as well. And then Lex said, I heard LFP batteries aren't as good in weather extremes. So I'll have to look at that.
Yeah, so they might be better in other ways, worse in other.
Yeah.
I mean, and again, we'll know more once they start getting delivered here. It's just that we haven't been in the market, and they haven't been in the United States yet, so we don't have all those answers here.
Robert said, I heard normal batteries will keep 80% capacity after 2,000 cycles, while the new LFPs will have 80% after 5,000 cycles. That's a big difference. And he also did confirm Spot is Boston Robotics. Maybe they'll send us one for review. That would be fun.
Or at least, that
would be
by.
cool.
We'll do a video on it.
Yeah. Let's see. Mike said ordered Model Y long range July 23rd when the delivery date was October, and today it changed to January.
Oh, no. Yeah.
Yeah. That's so I think it's just a lot of parts, and they've gotten a lot more orders. But that's a big bummer, for sure. Slewdog said, cold weather hurts LFP range. Not sure how badly compared to NCA batteries, though. I'll have to do some research on that. Chris said, what do you think demand is for the Model X now? I feel it may be eventually discontinued. I do agree with you a little bit. I think eventually Model S and X... well, I still think they'll sell them. It's just always going to be in low numbers compared to 3 and Y, which is kind of to be expected based on pricing anyway. But I definitely think people will still buy them. It's just not going to be Tesla's big seller. Definitely not going to be their most profitable eventually, etc.
Yeah, especially with like the Cybertruck coming out, and even the top of the line Cybertruck is supposed to be like less than 80,000, so it would be less expensive than the Model X, unless there's some price increase, which there could be. But it's supposed to be able to seat 6. It's not going to be as comfortable, I don't think, seating 6 in the 2 rows versus the 6 in 3 rows in the X. But at least it'd be a possibility. And also the cargo functionality of Cybertruck would be more versatile than what's available in the X. So who knows? Maybe it will go away in the future at a time. Yeah. But I still think they need to have a large vehicle. They need to have a large like SUV-like vehicle.
Well, like Melody is saying too, if you order one now, it's not going to come until April. So there's got to be some demand.
Yeah.
But I don't know, like ours is now December, so
Yeah.
it might still be part shortages as a reason for the push too.
Yeah.
So, let's see. Roger said, everyone asks me to make my Model Y dance, and I just have to be like, no, my car isn't that cool. That's funny. Yeah. Dave said LFP batteries charge a bit faster per Bjorn's testing.
That's interesting. I haven't
They
seen
are
that.
heavier and use 3.2 volt instead of 3.7. Interesting.
I'll have to go check that out.
We are learning from chat today, and I really
Yeah.
appreciate you guys.
Yeah, this LFP stuff is all new to us.
Exactly. LFP as a chemistry is less power dense, so more batteries are needed for the same energy, but has more consistent power as voltage doesn't range greatly from 4 to 350 volts. Interesting. Joshua said still looking for a 2017 or 2018 Model X performance that has the transferable lifetime supercharging.
Well,
Ideally white, 6 seat. Anyone have any leads for me? Someone who is upgrading, etc. Thanks, guys.
Well, sorry to tell you this, Joshua, but there's no 2018 Model X that has transferable supercharging, and there's very few 2017s that will have transfer supercharging because they would have had to have been purchased by like January 15th of 2017. So it's a very small number that will have transfer supercharging.
Yeah, but I mean, keep an eye out.
Some 2017s will exist, but there won't be any 2018s. So, because those cars, while they do have free supercharging, it's not transferable.
Yeah, definitely keep your eyes peeled. I guess you could check like Tesla Motors Club (TMC). Maybe post an ad there on their thing. It's free to post.
Yeah, they got a want to buy for.
But you could post something there that you're looking for sure. Robert said, I think y'all are right about no demand for X. It's going to be Model 2, Y, Cybertruck, 3,
It's
and
funny
S.
though, because here in Colorado, I remember when the X came out, and for like a year afterwards, we saw more X's
than anything.
Back in 2017 and stuff like that. Because depending on, I think, what state you're in, the X can be more popular than the S or vice versa. So it's who knows.
Yeah. Oh, Robert has a good point though. If you remove the X, you no longer have sexy.
Yeah, you could say or yes or There's a few other things, but not as nice as sexy. Yeah.
License to Drive said the X is great. I love my Y, but now I want the X with the new interior and 7 seats. The new interior, to be honest, I think is probably one of the most heavily underrated things about the new car. Yes, the speed is crazy, but the new interior is really where it's at for me because like everything is so premium. Like there's no hard plastic on that thing. So it's really nice.
I'm going to follow up with just Joshua. He said, thanks, he'll look for 2017. And Joshua, there's really, the cool thing about a 2017 Model X is you can upgrade the MCU and the autopilot hardware to be equivalent to a 2018. So there's virtually no difference between a 2017 X and a 2018 X. 2019 was when stuff changed, when they started coming out with the Raven. But 2017 is almost identical to 2018. So you would have to upgrade the MCU, might be 1, you could upgrade that to MCU2, and autopilot hardware might be 2 or 2.5, but that can be upgraded to 3. And so definitely it's something you can bring it, so it's almost equivalent to almost an early 2019 Model X.
Yeah. But speaking of, Chris has a good thing too, noting Model X is popular because it weighs more than the 6,000 pounds in tax breaks.
Yes, that's true.
That is huge. That really helps a lot of like business owners and like stuff like that.
Yeah. And then, and you skipped over Melody. Melody says she hates the Model S and 3. They're too low to the ground. She doesn't want a sports car because she's getting old.
And Robert said the same thing, as he always hits his head getting out of
And that's
the Model
one reason
3.
why, like, Scott was thinking he's wanting the X, is just because it's a little more difficult for him these days to get down into the S. So that's why he wants and my mom, she checked out the Y when she was here like a week ago, and she said, oh yeah, definitely easier to get into the Y.
Yeah.
But she has a 3. She doesn't want to upgrade just yet.
She doesn't drive a whole lot to really
she
warrant
doesn't
it.
really need one, but definitely can see that it's easier to get into the Y and the X.
Yep. Lex, thank you for the $3 super chat. Oh. Thank you for the $3 super chat. Said not much super chat. No, I mean some days more than others. I'm not. Super chat's definitely not required. I do appreciate it, but I'm happy just to hang out with all you guys and kind of just hang out.
Share our Tesla knowledge, because we're learning stuff from you guys too. I mean, we have a lot of answers, but we're learning stuff too.
The whole LFP battery thing.
That's something new for us. Yeah.
Yep. Roger said someone in one. Oh, more confetti. Someone said on the Facebook Cybertruck groups was saying their Cybertruck reservation changed to say Model P. Has anyone else seen this, or is he punking?
I heard
us?
about like, I think in the past you used to be able to do like
joking.
Well, change, but also go to tesla.com/Model P, because I remember when the Cybertruck first came out, we were trying all different letters, and
oh, it does lead to Cybertruck.
Yeah, that's happened since the day the Cybertruck was announced.
Oh,
so it's not like new. It's been there since the Cybertruck was announced, because we were out there, people were trying Model.
Oh, because there's gonna probably be like a Model Pickup.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
So we've tried everything. I can remember. So that was back in 2019. It's been Model P, so it's nothing new. But I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah.
But that's been around for a while.
I hope they keep it Cybertruck and don't go to pickup, because I'm ready for a Cybertruck, not a pickup.
Yeah, that sounds cooler.
Let's see. Joshua said, thanks. I really want to find the unicorn of a car. I think enhanced autopilot will be fine for me until my tri-motor Cybertruck with FSD. Yeah, enhanced autopilot was amazing.
We love enhanced autopilot. That's what's on the 20. Well, we had that on my 2016, and then you went ahead and you bought the full self-driving.
Yep.
But there's not a lot of functionality in the full self-driving package. So enhanced autopilot is great, and definitely use it on road trips a lot.
Yeah. Real quick, Melody, thank you so much for the $10 super chat. Sid, I appreciate your lives. Thank you so much.
I think she means live streams, unless she just means our lives.
You know what? I'm gonna take it both ways. I appreciate you.
Well, thank you, Melody.
Yeah, thank you so much for the super chat. Really do appreciate it. Speaking about FSD, real quick though, we did not buy FSD on the Plaid.
Yeah, I don't know if everybody knows that, but this is like the first car.
First car in
since
many of cars.
Yeah, I guess there was back in like 2019.
There's the SR Plus we didn't buy it on.
Yeah, but almost every other car since then we bought full self-driving.
So, couple reasons we didn't buy it on the Plaid. One is $10,000, and I was already buying a Plaid, which is already kind of expensive. So there was that. Two, if I just don't see FSD as being $10K worth right now.
At this time.
If I could get FSD beta, I would pay that $10K tonight.
I'll go get your credit card. Oh, it's already on the account.
It's already preloaded.
Yeah.
Just hit purchase.
Yeah. But the thing is, too, with
that's
the
biggest
Plaid,
thing for me.
We're not gonna. I think if we were planning on keeping the Plaid for like 4 years, then we would consider doing it. But we know already we're not keeping the Plaid for 4 years.
So then, what are we going to do with the long range?
That one, I don't know.
Maybe
we'll have to decide. But we have 3 months or so to decide on that. But yeah, we'll see.
Or the X.
But again, too.
I guess Scott needs to.
But again, now that they have the subscription, it makes it a lot harder to justify spending $10,000, because unless you're on the road like every weekend doing road trips and stuff like that, or doing a ton of driving, it's like I just don't see the need, especially when they still offer that basic autopilot. And while we found the basic autopilot annoying just because it turns off every time you do a lane change, it was fine when we did that road trip around Iceland because we didn't do a lot of lane changes. So it definitely, I think I could live with that and save $10,000.
For sure, 100%. Yeah, definitely. It is a big cost. The 10 grand is not cheap by any means, especially when you're paying 40, 50 grand for a car. That's
large
20% more.
Yeah.
That's a lot of money. And to be honest, I've been living with just regular autopilot in the Plaid. Yes, when I change lanes, I have to disengage autopilot and re-engage once I'm in my other lane, which is kind of a pain, but it is not $10,000 solvable pain.
Yeah.
We'll say that.
Yeah.
Video on that all coming soon.
$10,000. Yeah. We can use it for other things these days.
A lot of other things. Yeah. Let's see. Where was I? Someone said. Keith said, "How long can I realistically delay a Tesla order? Some say 30 days, others say 3 days."
Oh.
It used to be you could delay it almost indefinitely.
Well, I think there's different questions there, because one is the 3 days is if they call you and say your car is ready for delivery.
Oh, right, okay.
Then they have 3 days, or they're going to take you off the list and give it to somebody else. But you can do it for several months if you tell them, like, oh, I'm busy buying a house, or I'm busy doing this, I don't want it until next quarter. You can tell them, because when I bought my first Model S, Eric and I ordered on the same day back in April of 2016, and then after he got his in June, I was like, you know what, I don't need mine right away, and I delayed it from April all the way to December, so that was almost 8 months, and it was no problem. And I know people to this day are still saying, oh yeah, I'm not ready for it, or I'm switching jobs, or we're moving, or something like that. And if you tell Tesla you want to keep your order, you want to, you're still interested in buying one, but you're just not ready now, they can delay your order, and they'll definitely let you know if you must take delivery. There's something I think in the contract they could tell you you have to take it by a certain date, but they're pretty flexible and they'll delay it if they can accommodate you.
Definitely. Yeah. Let's see. Karoma Y, which is Kevin, by the way. His daughter's the one that actually made me this.
Oh yeah,
Savannah. Said she really appreciates how much you enjoy the Tesla plot. She loves creativity you do with all your cars. Thank you.
Wait until you ain't
Wait
seen
until
nothing
you
yet.
see what's coming up. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. What is gonna happen to Plaid Model S is gonna shock some people.
Yeah, some
people are gonna love it.
Some people will
A lot
hate
of
it.
people are probably gonna hate it. I'm not gonna lie.
It's very polarizing.
Very. It's a little bit of a throwback.
We need to have. You're gonna have to put a poll out on
Maybe.
Twitter once you.
Oh no, because it's gonna be like 99% hate it, and I don't want to live with that.
Which is weird that you're gonna go ahead and do that anyways, even though you know.
I'll just
99%.
because I like it. I don't really care. Okay, this is my big thing. I don't really care what people think about my car wraps. A lot of people comment with the Tesla T on the side and think it's hideous. Everyone's
Yeah.
entitled to their own
I think
opinion, but I enjoy that.
I think it stands out. And
Exactly.
Today, I don't know if any of you guys saw us, but we did a little Tesla convoy and drove. And today was, I think, the first day we drove all three vehicles. So we had two S's and a Y that all matched. They all look the same. With
Got a lot of looks.
The Tesla logo on the side and the Derek logo on the front, and it just felt kind of cool, having our own little fleet of vehicles driving around.
Yeah.
So, but that's not going to last long because things are changing.
I am excited. The only thing though is even I'm having a hard time picturing it. I got some renders of how everything's gonna look, and even I'm having a hard time being is this gonna look good? Is it gonna look bad? And worst case, if we make a video of the worst looking Plad S ever, and then we just take it off.
Yeah, so it might not last long, but we'll definitely have a video or two.
Yeah.
And there will be pictures and videos, but
I mean, maybe I'll put a Twitter poll out and be like, do you love it or do you like it? I'm not going to put hate it on there because too many people are just going to come on and just say, I hate it. But anyway, back to Kevin's comment. Definitely when I get it wrapped, you guys should come check it out. It's going to be wild. A lot of people might be able to put together the dots, too, on what's happening.
see, John Check was asking for Century Mode, do we use the T5? You still have the T5 right there, but it's not in the glove box. Did you put it in?
It is, yeah.
Okay, so yeah, because I remember that's where the USB key is, and I just don't remember if you put it in there. Okay.
Yeah.
I was thinking the Y, because I was just in the Y. And
Oh, right.
No, the Y still...
It's in the glove box,
Yeah, because
in the center console.
Because we have an earlier Y that doesn't have it there. Okay, that's why I saw it.
Yeah. The Model S Plaid is technically our first car with the drive or USB outlet in the glove box.
Yeah, just we missed it by a month or two on the last one.
Yeah. But to be honest, I really like it there because you can do the glove box lock with PIN, and so it's harder for people to get access to that. So all the better. Let's see. Lewis said, is FSD still going to be available on a monthly fee? Yes. It's actually out right now. It's $200 a month as a subscription. It's a lot of money there too.
Yeah.
Let's see. Mando said, will you be swapping out your current tires to T Sportline soon on your Plaid? Yes. Yes. I don't know how much I can and can't say.
Oh,
But there might be a couple sets of rims.
Yeah, we have things in the queue, I think, yeah. And then on the long range, that's still for several months away, but hey.
Yep.
I'll take those. Well, we'll see.
Oh, okay.
We don't know what rims. Okay, I'll tell you right now. Originally, when we ordered the long range, did it always have the 21s, or did we have 19s and we switched to 20s?
I think we had 19s and then we switched it to 21s.
Because back in June, when they were starting deliveries, a lot of people were able to switch their 19s to 21s, and they were able to take delivery. And we tried that, and we didn't get it yet. And again, we found out that that's because we have the white interior, which is delayed for several months. So currently, we still have the 21-inch wheels on there, but if we were to change our orders, then that would, as we heard earlier, raise the price by $12,000. So it's just
not worth it.
It's not worth it. So we can just probably, if we can't change it before delivery, then we'll take, because they can match us with one with 19, but if they say it's going to cost you 12,000 more to get smaller wheels, we're not going to do it. We'll just get the the long range with the arachnids, then sell the wheels and put our own.
Well, those are probably going to be going to our viewer Pierre.
Yeah.
Because we do have the current ones on the Plaid that what he wanted, the 21-inch, but they've already been used, and I don't want to send him a set that's already been used. And also, yeah, the long range one would probably just have the miles of driving at home and stuff like that, and it won't be going to the drag strip or anything like exactly.
that.
So those ones will be going to Pierre should he still be interested. They'll be all yours, Pierre. But yeah, let's see. Different wheel options are incoming for sure, as well as no, I can't say that. Sorry, can't say that.
Just say different wheels.
Let's see. Melody said, "Can't wait to see your wrap." I can't wait to show you. I'm very excited for it. It's been a long time coming. It's been sitting in the garage for a month now. I had to order a custom print.
They got it
stuff
before we got the car. Yeah.
We'll see. Chris said, "As long as you like it, you're right. It's perfect." Yeah, I'm still not sold that I'll like it yet. I think that's the issue we're getting at. Let's see. Roger said, "I think the new Pikachu wrap is gonna look epic." That's actually not a bad idea. That would have been kind of cool. I should have thought of that. Amy said, "I'm gonna love it. Can't wait to see what you do with the Plaid." I hope you guys like it. I really do.
But we will say that, as we mentioned, I think last week, it will not be Plaid.
No, we're definitely not wrapping the Plaid in Plaid. I'm honestly not a huge Plaid fan myself. I don't really wear Plaid. Do I have any Plaid? I do have like a few Plaid shirts. I just don't wear them much. But it'll be cool. Bit Jam said, "I wouldn't put the T on the side of my car, but I think it works for you guys." Yeah.
And it's like, we've had a couple different wraps, like when they had the Model 3, I liked how it was wrapped too. It didn't have the T on the side, but I thought it looked pretty slick.
Oh yeah, the race car.
Yeah.
Yes, definitely.
So that's why it's like, eventually I think we'll change the cars to something else, but for now all three of them match, and it's kind of cool that they match. But I wouldn't mind.
There'll be a change coming.
Evolution is coming.
Yes. Yeah. We need to we want to keep things fresh. We'll say that. Andrew said neon green making a comeback. Maybe not. I don't know. I can't say too much. Salute Dog said, "Nowadays Tesla has no problem putting an order on hold since demand is so high." Nice. Let's see. Blue said, "Do you know anyone who's replaced the yoke with a steering wheel yet?" Yes, but it didn't actually function with the scroll wheels.
That was the unplugged performance, right?
Yeah, that was unplugged. But I'm trying to debate on what I can and can't say. I'll say this, because it's generic comment.
There's aftermarket.
I have been approached by aftermarket companies that are coming up with a full-size wheel replacement for the yoke.
Yeah, so for those
and
of
I'll
you
leave it at that.
Yeah, so for those of you that don't want the yoke, there will be alternatives available in the coming months. And maybe you'll see them here first. Maybe you'll see them here first.
Fingers crossed, with any luck. I don't know pricing or timeline or any of that yet, but I know it is in process.
And also, there's still a rumor, that Tesla will offer one themselves. So
well, Elon said they're not going to, though.
He said that, but I mean, they did have the renders on their website. So
yeah,
and actually, even if you look on the parts catalog, it still just shows regular steering wheels, right?
Yeah. No, I think it's updated.
Oh, they finally changed it?
Yeah, I think it's updated.
It used to just have a steering wheel.
Yeah. Let's see. BitJam did say if you don't pick up the car in 3 days, you go back in the queue, and it may take months before you get a car. So there's that to potentially think about. But if you just ask your owner advisor, they're normally really good about answering stuff like that. John said, "Do you think we get the FSD button in a month?" I'm thinking 2 weeks. You see what I did there? See what I did there? No, I honestly...
I don't think there ever will be.
I'm not even thinking about it anymore, so when it does happen, I'll be super surprised.
Yes, exactly. Put it out of your memory. It's not coming, and then when it does, you'll be so happy and excited.
Yep. HEC said you can make a spoof of Tesla side wrap seen on some new Model Ys in Europe saying it's not a Model Y.
I haven't seen that yet.
Oh, that would be cool. You didn't see that?
No.
Oh, like one of the first Model Ys in the country, they wrapped like not a Model Y.
Oh.
And letters on the side of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Look at that.
It's kind of funny. John said saw a Model Y with a army green wrap. Nice. Slew Dog said, what color paint would sway you from white? Would love to see green. I would like to see like custom colors, even if they have to charge more. Kind of like what they did with the Roadster back in the day, and even early Model S.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, I wish they would do more custom colors. Like,
I kind of wish
if people want to pay it, let them do it.
I kind of wish, like when I had my silver S90D, I wish they would have had a matte silver, because I think that kind of looks cool. But you know, with the regular one, I could have put a matte wrap on there, but I didn't find out about that until after I'd already done the paint protection film. I could have put Expel whatever stealth, and it would have looked like that and protected it. But
yeah,
too late now.
Diego did the face. Did I tell you what I'm doing, Diego? I don't think I did. Did I? Maybe I did. Uh-oh. Don't leak it, Diego. John said, how about a wrap the car in Prince Purple? That would be cool. Like a super gloss, glittery pink Prince Purple. I'm into that. Dark green. Chris said, I like dark greed. Someone else said, I like the T. I was a big fan of the T, but I do think maybe with the newer refresh 2.0 cars, we need to spice it up and freshen up a little bit. PJ said, shout out to Model Y owner Jerry from his son, me, who is currently 35,000 feet.
Oh, so maybe that means he's flying somewhere right now. Wow, and live streaming us. Wow.
I feel honored.
Hopefully you're not the pilot.
Yeah, hopefully you're not the pilot. Oh, crap. That'd be funny. John said, come be like Justin Bieber mirror finish on your Tesla.
Remember that?
I've thought about
Yeah.
it. That has crossed my mind to do the like full chrome car.
The funny thing is now that they de-chrome the car,
And see, that was gonna
turn
be
the entire car chrome.
That was gonna be the joke. But it turns out that
At least you wouldn't have to
wrap-
get rid of the badges.
Well, exactly. Turns out chrome wrap is not very easy to work with. So a lot of people in town will do it. I don't know. I decided not to right now, but hey, if this new wrap doesn't work out, maybe you'll see me in a chromed out Tesla. Kevin said, gotta be a gloss wrap this time to reflect those garage lights. I mean, yeah, I need to show those off for sure. Are you checking battery level?
Yeah. It's been a while.
Yeah. Let's see. Amy said, finally joining Team Red, we can have cookies. Oh yeah, I'm into that. Let's see. BitJam said 2 weeks less, or 4 weeks less chance than 2 weeks.
Less than.
Yeah. Mando said, is bio defense mode and heated steering wheel available on your Plad S? Yes, both.
Yeah, and you can even do the heated steering wheel like from the app, right?
Yeah. Yep.
And it shows a yoke. They
Just
actually
like
got
the
that
old
right.
S.
Yeah, but it shows an actual yoke there. They still has the wrong trim, but at least it has a yoke there.
Yeah. Chris said, which comes first, Roadster or Cybertruck? I don't want to answer this question, but I'm going to say Cybertruck.
Unfortunately, yeah. But we'll take both. If they want to deliver them both at the same time, that's fine.
Into it. Lex said, looking at T Sportline wheels for Performance Model 3. For winter, would you go 18 or 19? Going to keep Uber turbines for summer. I would probably just do 18.
Yeah. And theirs will fit over the brakes, right?
Exactly.
On the
Theirs
performance.
do fit over the performance brakes, which is great. You don't have to worry about that. There are some wheel manufacturers, at least initially, they didn't fit over those performance brakes. I think they've fixed that since, but one thing to just keep in mind. Yeah. Let's see. Chris said, I think Tesla should do special drop colors one day a month to allow owners to pay extra for it.
Yeah, that would be nice, but I still wish that they would like maybe rotate the free color like every year, because
yes, I agree with that.
It's like 90% of the cars are white now, and we've had white cars since you had to pay like $1,500 for them years ago, but now it's like everybody's getting white, and it's like cars don't stand out as much as they used to. So it'd be nice if they kind of like 1 year is black, 1 year is white, 1 year is midnight silver, 1 year's red, and then that would kind of mix things up amongst the Tesla fleet a little bit more.
Yeah. Do you want to answer a few questions while I take care of something real quick?
Yeah, Upzar says they can't even get normal colors right, so maybe we're asking too much.
Oh,
yeah.
I mean, you're not wrong.
Some are better than others. It's weird how they're not 100% perfect. Yeah. And then let's see. Trying to see, because I know you left off. Did you? Get
I was at like 806. OP Cars said can't get the normal colors right.
We
so
just did, yeah.
Just you can start kind of right there.
Yeah, and then
Brent.
somebody wants you to make your Tesla Model 3 pink, and we talked about that a week or two back when like the Mary Kay cosmetics things, but we're not going to do that.
I mean, that definitely crossed my mind
we know
too.
it's not going to be pink. And then let's see, Tesla. He says he hopes. Colorado Model Y says he hopes Tesla allows pickup of Cybertruck from the Austin Gigafactory. That would be a cool experience, and that's interesting because we know that if you try to pick up in California, you're actually subject to like the California taxes, and that could cost more because if the California taxes are more, they don't always transfer over to whatever your local state is, and so that could be an expensive pickup. But sometimes it could be beneficial to take delivery in California and drive it back. But it'd be interesting, especially in Texas, if you could do that, because I know that taxes are definitely different down there. But the thing is I think Tesla doesn't allow you to like buy a Cybertruck in Texas, so I don't know if they let you pick one up there if you were from out of state. That'd be interesting.
Yeah. Real quick, Diego, check your Twitter. I want to see Diego's reaction to the new car wrap. Diego's been a longtime mod of the channel, and he's been super helpful with everything. We actually sent him a care package this week. I can't wait for you to receive it, Diego. But I want to see Diego's reaction. I told him he can react to it, but not give it away. I'm interested to see his reaction because it's polarizing. Brent, thank you for the $5 super chat. Really appreciate that. I don't see any message, so if you had a message, definitely...
I think he had some messages up above, unless it was a different one, but yeah. Thanks, Brent.
Yeah. And then TurdBoy420 Vlogs. Are you the YouTuber from, what is it, UK? No. England? No. I can't remember his name.
Can't be too many people named Turd.
There's a new YouTuber. He's kind of newer to Tesla. He's YouTubed a lot. But I can't remember his name off the top of my head.
Well, he'll answer it if that's him.
Anyway, if it is, sorry, I can't remember your name. That's embarrassing.
Sorry, nobody saw that.
What did you do?
My cup got stuck and I pushed it from underneath and it like flipped over that way. So, whoops.
Got some spillage over there. Brent's last message, I don't know if we answered it, said,
what
how
happened?
odd. I'm like a troll to the left of climate conscious Tesla bulls because they are missing exponentials to climate disaster and the science James Hansen, unless we do solar radiation mitigation. Yes.
I got a call. I got to return a call. Remember?
Oh yeah, you got to go. Okay.
Yeah. So soon.
Okay.
I mean, if you can stick around and try wrapping up.
Just make sure you turn your mic off because I don't think the whole world needs to hear that conversation.
Nice and everyone. And I gotta go, but I just waiting for this call. So.
Yeah. Totally fine. Let's see. I think we're almost kind of wrapped up anyway. Diego's reaction to the new wrap is 3 smiley faces with heart eyes. That's what you get. That is the reaction. Let me see. He sent me a message and he said, "Love it. LOL. Awesome." Okay. Anyway, I was curious to know of what he thought of it. It's kind of funny. Kevin said, "I think Diego likes it. Any ETA on the reveal?" So maybe this Friday, maybe this coming Friday. If not, it'll be a week from Monday. It really depends how long it takes. I'm trying to not say anything. It's not being wrapped by anyone I've really worked with before, because I don't want a bunch of people showing up to the person's shop and trying to see what it is, because that has happened in the past. I'm trying to really keep this more secret. So, yeah, we'll have to kind of wait and see. Yeah, I think Amy did see it. I think I sent her a picture. I talk to Amy and Roger all the time. Yeah. Roger said Pikachu wrap for the win. Am I right? Yeah, it really won't be that long. It's something that I've been keeping kind of secret on when it's going to happen. That's why this weekend was so busy, because I was filming like all weekend, trying to get enough content to be able to like work on edit and everything while the car is getting wrapped and is changing. I am very excited for you guys to see it. It's not a Pikachu wrap necessarily. I think it's changed a little bit, Amy, but it's basically the same idea. Turd Boy, yes. We have 4 Tesla Roadsters coming that we were actually won from the Tesla referral program. Thanks to anyone out there that has used our referral code. Really appreciate that. Luke said camouflage wrap like test cars. You know, if I was able to get one of the first Model S Plaids, I probably would have done that because I think that would have been awesome to like troll people and have everyone think it was like a prototype car. But yeah. Slew Dog, are you wrapping it yourself? Seems like a hard task to do. Definitely not. Wrapping is an art for sure. I definitely would not be able to wrap it anywhere close to as good as who's going to be doing it. I've maybe winged a few trials here and there with some other things, but I want to take this to a professional for sure. Roger said Eric and Amy are besties now. I'm not jealous or anything. Oh, Roger, I text you too occasionally. I'll text you more. Yeah. Brent said, what for Tesla Roadsters? Wow. Yeah, so the Tesla referral program, you could win up to like 2 per account, but we all have separate accounts because we keep all our stuff like separate still. So I was actually able to win 2, and David was as well. So yeah, anyone who has used our referral code, huge shout out to you guys. Really appreciate the support all the way. Amy said we cuddled, but that was just one time, and it was in the back of a Model Y too, in a showroom, and we actually put that on YouTube as well. So I guess everybody saw that. That's awkward. I guess next time you guys come to town, I'll have to sit with Roger in the back of a Model Y, and that we can be even. Sounds kind of creepy for those of you that don't know us. We're all really good friends. But yeah, I guess that's pretty much it. We'll probably go ahead and end it there. David had to take a quick phone call, and I have a lot of editing to do. I'm hopeful to have a video up every day this week. Hopeful. It might vary a little bit depending on how late I feel like staying up, but I have some very exciting stuff this week. And then, like I said, either Friday or Monday will be the grand reveal for the new wrap. So make sure you are stay tuned. Make sure you definitely turn on that subscribe button and that little bell notification, because you're not going to want to miss this wrap. It's going to be hopefully well received. I'm just worried about how well received that will be. But there'll be a lot of explanation with it and why I chose it and everything. As if I would fit. There'll be a lot of explanation on why I chose it, and it'll make sense. And I'm sure a lot of you will be like, why didn't I think of that? Once I really do some explaining. But that's basically it. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Thank you so much for all the super chats, everyone. Definitely not required, but super appreciated. And all the great questions in chat. Really appreciate all you guys kind of hanging out. And as always, huge thanks to our channel sponsor, Abstract Ocean. If you're looking to accessorize a Model SX3 or Y, definitely check them out. All linked down below, and using code Tesla Inventory will get you 15% off of your first purchase. But that's basically it. Fun one. 2 hours, 21 minutes. Really appreciate you all, and we will see you all later in the week.